idiot.
Or when I'm looking. Damn, I gotta be a whole idiot.
The fuck, sorry.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, those my
I had a
life.
verbal abuse.
Nah, nah, nah.
Call me an idiot.
What country the thing say 3-2? It said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. The
The
man,
verbal abuse.
hey, look, it counting down on the screen, you know.
Hmm.
Yo.
I want to watch the screen. Shit.
Okay, cool. Sit over.
Yo, yo,
Right.
yo. We live, we live, we live. Share the live, everybody.
Yeah.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Pull up another episode of the Currency Rundown, where we're going to just be talking about, live topics, and not live, trending topics. Stuff that, been
Hey,
dominating the timeline.
country, I want to get on the show, you know. Yeah, see, country,
Those sick.
country, are like, wait a minute. What really going on there? Oh, I got something to talk about.
That's
Hey,
funny.
Let me make the news real quick.
Who the fuck this thing is? I don't know. Hold on. 1
Somebody
second.
echoing. That's guy right
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
man.
that's me.
Hey,
It
can I
stopped,
get
right?
all the technical? Yeah, stop.
Okay,
Can I get
good,
all the
good.
technical equipment and still be screwing up, brother?
Still stupid, my son.
I tell
Telling
you
you.
that.
Still properly stupid. Okay. Boom. We
Boom.
ready. Caribbean currency rundown. Y'all know what it is. We just here to just kick it with you. We're gonna talk about trending topics. My boy, country went live sometime back and shake up the internet.
I didn't mean to.
First of all, when they give the key to the city, you really can't do stuff like that, you know.
I
You
tell
That's
have
you,
a certain
you
way.
have
You
a
can't, yeah,
responsibility,
you
dog.
can't just be doing what you want.
I mean,
oh man.
you get responsibility to your constituents.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, man. Come on, man. You already know what
Ah,
time it is.
It'll be tough. It'll
I
be tough.
feel, I
Yeah.
feel, but yeah. So it's like, and what you were talking about is something that people been, commenting and talking about amongst themselves, really and truly.
Yeah.
Cause like I went home a couple of times and they're like, yo, what going on tonight? And it's like, yo, all they have is this and all they have is that. Tonight dating and nothing going on. So I
Yeah.
just wanted you to touch a little bit about how you feel about the nightlife in the VI particular. Um, if you think
Being a
it's
premier
dead,
DJ.
yeah, you on
It
the
it
scene.
it see, like I know her for years. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And like my like life for me start because my father was in German.
Right.
Yeah,
So going out from time as a little man ain't supposed to be out and no badge and no
yeah,
Nicky D's. You know
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like so and then doing my own thing, joining of pressure, and that ever happened. And then to see like no,
Mm-hmm.
as a DJ, like I was just talking with Rama and I tell him man, as a DJ, sometime playing home, it will get discouraging. It'll make you like lose a love for this because you'll be like, what really happening? Cause you're watching
Hmm.
everything closing down. You're watching a change. You see everything turn into a church. Old Mill is a church. In Samia turn into a church. You know what I mean?
When you say a church, what you mean by like it turned
A
into a
church,
church?
them thing is church. Them thing
It's church, bro.
is amen, hallelujah,
God take them
praise the
over.
Lord.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
I mean, then what we want?
what
We're going to send our
it
whole
is,
life.
but they stop. You can't do both right and badge,
Right.
so things start to change. And I guess with time, people say with time everything will change. But
Yeah.
I
Right.
started to do like research, and I'm like, wait, it can't be home alone, and it ain't home alone.
Mm.
But I have to speak on home,
Hmm.
Right.
and home turned into a social life, and it
Yeah.
really like COVID is what really like take it to that
When you say
extent.
social life, what you mean?
Like people lost out, people ain't dancing, people sitting down drinking, standing up talking. It's like they want you to turn down the music so they could hear their friend them.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
crazy part is it just happened the other day when we were inside the encore.
Right.
Hmm.
It had some Yankee come in, some girl making body. And them girl would turn up, them girl were dancing. And
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I give them girl all the attention.
Yeah.
It was like I was just seeing them they in the party alone.
Yeah.
While everybody else stand up like this.
Just man.
You
Filming them
know,
girl.
we have like this thing in the Virgin Islands where ultimately we care what other people think of us, right? In general, not you, Kyle, me, or whoever else that it don't apply to, but generally speaking, when you go to Zanzibar, you ain't dancing because you care who watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And who might judge you for watching? You know what I mean? Especially with social media being around now and everything that could be exposed on the internet or a picture you could be taking or you know what I mean? Before it had nobody but several people who see you that could talk about how you are dancing. Now somebody could take a video and now the whole world could
Wall, you know.
Wall, yeah.
have a opinion about what you were wearing, how you were dancing, who you were with, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the first thing to me that I notice when people are just kind of really be standing up, kind of really watching each other. And then also, me gonna lie to you, man. No offense, country, but you are a DJ in the Virgin Islands. Most of the time, it a song like you playing half a Pandora, okay? Because what I'd be missing from the dance, me particularly, is
Yeah.
like, let me say, right, they have a big song by a local artist, just not to say, not pushing local artists, but like Todd. Let's say Todd got a big song,
Yeah.
but it really big per minute wise match with a hit song in the bob. You know what I mean? So it ain't like a man taking songs that were on one beat and putting it on another beat. You know what I mean? And really selecting and really like
Yeah.
bringing it in and really like wowing the place. You know what I'm saying? So and to just go full circle. Okay, why would country put so much effort into that if he ain't getting pay a lot? Okay, then if country gotta get paid a lot, then we gotta raise the ticket prices, and then the next person gonna be like, "Why are you paying so much to get in the?" You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like a weird ecosystem vibe. Like who going budge first? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
See, for me, honestly, right, as a DJ, um, why been looking at, especially for the past year, is home, but I don't push myself to be booked every weekend straight in the same place. So
right,
like I would tell a lot of people, either give 758 once a month, Zanzi once a month, and give every place once a month because you don't want to come repetitive for people be like people listening to you play and they know what you're gonna play next. You check what I'm saying? And that happening down here. So people like ain't feel entertained. And two, like what you don't get with country, you is totally night and day to what you don't get with Dream Team.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? And then two, a lot of places now because of the culture where people are more like ain't turning up. DJs will feed off a vibe. A bad man will feed off a vibe. So if I playing and I playing to people that just like sitting down or they're standing up, the man by a table and the man ain't really giving you that vibe, it's like, okay, I gonna try my best to see how I could get them to the level. But if they ain't biting, and a lot of reason why people ain't biting, because right now, currently on a Friday night, what people doing is going from spot to spot. So
right.
you gonna get a crowd that gonna come 758 and the man gonna watch the time and the man like, hey, all right, we gonna bust off. And the man gonna head either Bliss or the man gonna head Jungle or the man gonna head Zanzi or they gonna go down Encore. And two, what a lot of these players doing now is selling food. So
Right,
now you went from competing to playing with the people that are drinking rum, competing to now a man sitting down eating wings in your face like
right,
I mean,
Yeah.
so it'll be tough, but it's all about. And I don't tell a lot of promoters that, like, yo, you gotta put more effort into your event to make your event not just a regular night.
right.
People like teams. People like to dress up. The last event I hold was Pink in Paradise, and it had a good turnout because I set a team. I bring people to decorate. So when you come in, you were like, damn, like you feel a vibe. You on a regular night, you getting people just showing, and you could tell by how people dressing. When you see people coming out in flip flops, you know them man ain't coming to party, bro.
Yeah.
Not in flip flops. Man have on them man. What them thing that they wear when they're out on boat.
Ocean safari shirt.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And
Rash guard.
you in
Rash
Rascard in the
guard,
club
yeah.
on a Friday night. No man,
Yeah.
you ain't come here for that. You come here to look thing, or you just come to cool, get a couple of drink, get some food, and you going back home.
Okay, so there's a couple ways we could talk about combating that, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the ways is dress code, right? But here's the thing: what happened with dress code? With dress code, the people them that going honor the dress code, and the woman them that going dress up, or the man them that going dress up, it really don't have that much people on the island to fill out a 500, a 500 or 250. You don't even get 250 because that's only around carnival time when they have an influx of people coming in. So that's number one. And then when a person do a dress code dance, normally they're spending a lot of money to have the place, have the ambience in need to fit the dress code. So that means your ticket prices got to go up. You know what I mean? You're going to just get a regular, you know what I'm saying? So then people going to complain about the ticket prices being up. And then the promoter going to be like, well, look, the difference between $50 and $45 is a lot in your budget. You go broke, over that $5, because a lot of people really just, the promoter them right now really just cutting it as close as possible just to get people to come out and really enjoy the thing. It's just so much different. It's so many different variables as to why. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get somebody, the people them to come out consistently to fill out your clubs or your dance. What I think the promoter them should do is, given that, and this is a way far from the regular promoters, I think they should align in a sense of, hey, look, let we sit down, let we have a round table, let we probably just draft for some dates. Okay, first of all, before you draft for some dates, we don't know country normally that have this date. We don't know Sunny Side Up that don't really have this date. We know Look John that have this date. We know PTO that have this date. We know what Jet them thing name.
Yeah,
Mimosa Sunday.
Mimosa Sunday don't have a date, right? Them is set events. People have set events already. Even Swanks them get set events. Whoever gets set events.
Yeah.
But then there's the in between where, you know what I mean? I think that's the time, because you're going broke the people them. You know what I mean? You're really going broke the people them as far as how many times you could come out a year. They ain't really done already, ain't making a lot of money, and you can't afford to drop ticket prices. I mean, if you spend $60,000 for Shensia, like, what you expect the ticket price to be? Like, really and truly, because you don't spend $60,000 on an artist that you want to see.
Real.
Don't talk about how much you spend on like the event space, the security, right? And then the 60,000 don't include the plane ticket. I mean, that's okay, 60,000 for she, and then you gotta buy plane
ticket, room. Yep.
Exactly. But I really think that the promoter them, you know, see Anush get whole thing that's solid, you know what I mean?
Solid.
Them people who have their
Anush, I need a job. You hiring?
I need Anush. I want to be security, some fuck.
I want to be the water hose man.
Something. I need something, a part-time.
I want to know girl alone. Girl will be the suit look like a little pressure go knock it off.
Something.
It's a run
Me
from
with
me.
your boy. I need a care package. But listen, seriously, I think it don't, and most of the promoters know each other. You know what I mean? If they communicate about what they have going on, you know who that do that? You know who that kind of do that? They are living
Cruise.
Ayinde in Cruise.
Yeah.
He that kind of have a list of who all, because you go call Ayinde and say, hey, look, I try and do something in Cruise on the 23rd, and he gonna look at a list and he gonna say, hey, well, so and so have this going on, and you know what I mean? That way we clashing against each other. That way we go keep ticket prices down. But at the same time, I think the argument for me when I think about VI nightlife is it don't jam is jam. So me talking about the jam. Jam is jam to me. Jam don't need no decor. Jam is jam.
Jam is jam.
You have jam is jam. You have band playing, jam is jam, water spray, jam is jam. But when you have nightclubs now, like when you're going in a club, I really believe that the promoter them should take more pride in ambience and experience to win the people them back over. Because when you have good ticket service at the door, when you have good bartending service, when you have good DJ selection and maybe some artists, where you can go straight with DJ and the show can run properly and you have less complaints, I think that's how you win people over. That's how PTO win people over. That's how Fort Fett win people over. Anush thing is Anush thing. It don't matter. She could try church jam. Say Anush and she win. You know what I mean? That's how black win people over. You know what I'm saying? It's just how much you put into the event so people could feel like they have an experience that you have to walk in an event and feel like you're in the Virgin Islands. To me, that's what I want to feel when I go St. Thomas and I go in an event. I want to feel like I'm in Dubai. And I turn it up. When I leave and I go back, go ahead.
So and you're right, Red. I agree with everything you're saying as far as events, right? So I think there's like a difference between like events and like actual nightlife. Like when we were coming up, it had a greenhouse, it had offshore, it had platinum, it had insomnia, it had clubs.
It had
clubs that and a Thursday night, everybody Duffy's, everybody show, whatever the case may be. Like it had nights for specific thing where everybody is there. There was a thing to do. So even outside of the big event, they had thing going on, right? So now the struggle is you get some tourists come down and they're like, yo, we want to go to the club. Where you take them? Where can they go? Like, they just
okay, so in that aspect, right, bringing it to a regular standpoint and St. Thomas. So Joker on a Monday, he get his reggae Monday that it been around for like probably 2 years now. And it's a vibe. If you're into reggae music, dancehall music, that's who you'll be on a Monday. You know what I mean? Tuesday. So you're looking at what you have come as a tourist and as a local. But coming down into that Friday, Saturday, is you gain repetitive stuff. The only thing them right now that when you know the month start and I give props say props. First Friday, the man the lockdown Main Street and that day last time the man do that my boy that day ram. And we talking local alone, local and tourists. Main Street, the man shut it down, the man had safe on the brother playing and it's a vibe, it's a black party. Full moon, Oxa fire, everybody to look towards that. No, this is what our people look coming and somebody brought it to my attention and I laugh. And then I say, the same man them that gonna go 758 or jungle and make problem or talking but they ain't want done smoke. You don't see them out full moon and relax. They ain't smoking, they ain't acting up. They passing the apps like they don't even know the day. But then when you come wrong your own, it's like you're on 1,000. Like, bro, like why? Why you gotta be that kind of energy? You go there. Most of them people you just show full mood. Them man out there partying. So you don't come in there and sit down and watch people party. But everybody is having a good time. But when we're amongst ourselves, it's like
we're watching face. And for those that ain't tracking, when you talk about the full moon party and them are shutting down Main Street, Siphon brother them, that's a different crowd that pulling up.
Yes.
You know I mean? I ain't know a particular local crowd. So to Country Point, when you talk about Greenhouse, we used to go Greenhouse and we used to know that we used to know what song was coming on next. That man wasn't no DJ. He was just a man playing through. And a Tuesday. But then guess what? That's where the tourists them and everybody were going. so we pull up.
We did.
So why we don't have that energy for other people thing, but we can't have that same energy for our own?
Well, this is what I tell people. This is what I tell Badman. You have all week to find your apps. And the island is this, man. They out Bavoni hanging out in the same place every day. Just go there on a Tuesday. Why you waiting until Friday and Saturday night when regular people partying to come kill them here and shoot here and hit innocent people over here? He over there by the laundry all day and night playing domino. Go kill him there. I ain't telling you to go kill nobody. I just saying I had to pick some peculiar times to start problems. I don't understand.
So you know, and
you will wait for carnival. So wait.
That's
so
why
when he dish you in May, you wait 12 months. You wait all the way till April to come down the village. To come stop the juve. To disrupt the parade. You couldn't find him for 12 months. He was hiding. He had to go Plaza Extra. He had to pick up email. He had to do nothing. I don't understand it. I confused.
It weird and people that say, you know, crime and violence, right? And you know, our comeback today is they get crime and violence all over. But man, I gotta be visual. As a DJ, I know all the bad man them. So when I see man out there, I be like, oh Jesus Christ. But guess what? I don't go tell them, man, hey, good, right?
Right.
Not tonight, please. That's all I asking now. Not tonight. You can't do this tonight. You know what I mean? But again, right now on our calendar, if you look at how events happen at St. Thomas, like we will hold 5 big dance in January, and then nothing that happen February, and then March is another 7, and then you know Carnival we don't kill out Carnival. Then May, ain't got nothing in May. Then June a heap of dance again. So we don't have unity amongst the promoters. You know what I mean? They don't have no unity amongst them and them that keeping events. Everybody don't feel like they could do it on their own, and how they doing it is the best way. You know what I mean? I tell you, the people them when I go Bliss, I'll tell her straight up. People will be like, oh, we ain't going Bliss. But me tell her who to be in Bliss. They Yankee them, the black Americans, something more Bliss they love.
And Ghosty that have them turning up,
something more in there, they like that. You know what I mean? But I will tell her, they say, Bliss will utilize wave, and people don't realize that people who are influencers in the Virgin Islands could help build your business.
Well, wave is really an influencer.
Really?
There's some people that ain't really influencers. They're just popular.
Yeah. Well,
wave that really have people come to the Virgin Islands to ride a jet ski, and then he don't even just leave it at the jet ski. He that take them out.
And he
I show them a time.
He and Blaze have a good relationship. And that's what all them girl are being one. I don't know when Wave tell them girl come there, cause when Wave walk in, them girl be like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But is in there, them man online, and that's what they like. So in there, I don't DJ way different in there because I got cater to them. You know what I mean? So it'll be a different element. But again, you might be up one night, you're down the next night, but you ain't getting that consistency of people. Because you blessing see, 300-400 people.
Right.
No club wrong here, because on a regular Friday or Saturday night, we have about 300 to 400 people liming.
Yeah.
Everybody going to different place for every place open. You know what I mean?
So that's another thing. I really think Main Street should remove itself from being the jewelry district and just allow bars and clubs to be there. That way, we could, like you say, that you have that one like half Main Street money, then all them bars
could make money
and clubs could make money going in and out. Cause I like my boy. I like the bar hopping vibing. I like going from 7
I like that.
I love it. I love that. You know what I mean? So if I could just
But
stay on Main Street and drink here for a little while, pop in there for another time, pop into the
hey, what
next one and just
happened?
stay around the area.
See what
Yeah.
you talking about?
Mm.
Hey, what happened? Hey, what happening in St. Thomas right now? Everybody will shut down at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. The only place open after 2 o'clock is jungle. So what people running from going jungle now is everybody drunk and high, and there's the only place that left open. So everybody trying to trickle in there 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So you me try be running, but everybody restaurant closing 2 o'clock. That's it.
So you got me.
We don't party till morning no more. I can't tell last time I been out on a regular night. And when I come outside the club, I gotta do this. What? Is sun coming up? What? Or I could go straight market and go get some food. Nah, 2 o'clock party shut.
I want to say, right, I ain't typically the nightlife person, but when I go out, I feel like I is one of them people the DJs the cater to. Like, okay, she's the one on the floor dancing.
You having fun?
I having fun, and the DJ will be like, yeah, go on, and I just enjoying myself. I have this mentality. I don't care what nobody saying about me. I don't care if they're saying she off rhythm, she doing the shopping cart dance,
Hey, I ain't gonna
they
cater to
walk to
somebody.
your land. Well, like I really don't care mentality because yeah, oh yeah, you know. But people, and Redman mentioned it earlier. I feel like people do that because they're more worried about what other people think about them, right? Like we in this era where everybody have the phones up, the cameras, they're posting this on TikTok. You know, they're making fun of people. For me, I still don't care, but that's a problem. So when I left home when Old Mill was the thing, Greenhouse was the thing, Duffy's was the thing. We could go doing. Don't do that. Don't do that to me at all. don't do that. Okay.
I
No,
was trying to stop you from dating yourself, my girl. Like I was.
no, no. When I go back to visit, I'm ready to, because I am vacation, or I may have some free time to do whatever. I want some place where I could hang out. So I call in country where the spot is tonight. I call in somebody, what's going on tonight? There's nothing happening. But what I have noticed is when I do find somewhere to go where I could enjoy myself, it's not my age group.
Right.
And so it's really, really, really hard unless it's a bar, right? And I'm not a heavy drinker. Like I could have a good time on one half an energy drink and I good. Like anybody could tell you, right?
Right.
But I will find a bar just to, like socialize or whatever. But even if I go to a bar, it's like really, really older crowd or people that, are heavy drinkers. Or if I go out to nightlife, it's a young crowd. I feel like there's nothing really for the in between. And then we focused on what used to be. It's not like what it used to be, right? But things are evolving, things are changing. Main Street is a place that needs to come alive at night. Like it needs to come alive at night. I have seen the last time I visited home, I have seen spaces on Main Street available for rent.
A lot.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, as these places become available, local people, even if we get our families together, or you country and a promoter, I get together and say, listen, we're gonna rent this spot, we're gonna open us up a bar, because it's not hard to get a liquor license, a business license home, but we're gonna open us up our own spot and we're gonna run these jewelry stores out, because nobody's shopping for jewelry anymore. Nobody's shopping for jewelry anymore.
That gonna be a podcast.
No, the guy put them over there by Haven side, by the ship.
Yeah, Haven side or Crown Bay.
If you heard Delhi, if you heard Delhi talk about it, or you hear like other people like trying to
talk
get
to Delhi too.
That try to get business on the Main Street. Oh, that man telling you like this ain't no easy task for locals, but that man making it hard, or the price is like outrageous. You know what I mean? Like, how come with all them places that close, how come I can't go to them man and be like, hey, I just want to use the space for a Friday night, once a month. You know what I mean? Like I will pay. Cause you have to even used to do that. You could have go and rent them places were closed on and keep events in there. But
Right.
Main Street, the man is that
No,
time.
we need to figure out how to get together and to be able to, start to occupy some of those spaces,
Yeah.
because and really and truly that's what needs to happen with entertainment and nightlife in a VI period. Like it needs to evolve, but I feel like we're too busy stuck in what was, how it used to be. This don't happen anymore,
Right.
rather than figuring out what works for people now. Because when we were teenagers, the teenagers today weren't the teenagers like us. We used to be out there having a blast in Street
Yeah.
16 Jam, out in the country by where the car washes now.
Insomnia.
But
Like we used to go
listen.
out places and we used to have a blast. But the
No
younger
way.
crowd now, they're just not about that.
No, the younger crowd that have a great time, like they just come
Yeah,
outside.
yeah,
The problem is that we 35 and 40 and we're in the same spaces as them. And we don't want to be in the same spaces as them.
Right.
And then when you separate the two, then that's less income for a
Yep.
promoter. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I think what we have to move to is, instead of trying to save the big events for when we have an influx of people, and make the in between stuff them intimate. You know what I'm saying? Whipper is only 150 people coming in. I just like 150 limited, dress code is such and such,
But
DJ's dream
when
team,
you do that,
and yeah,
you
go
can,
ahead.
you can only do that once a month. You can't. You see that,
Hmm.
and I just get a text. You know what I mean?
I want
From
to say, I think
whoever
the whole
prepared
dress
for it.
code thing does kill events.
No, but
Hmm.
it could work if it's not okay. Perfect example. When Joker was doing R&B nights was successful,
cool. Yeah,
Right,
but it will only happen once a month,
once a month.
and it
right,
had a dress code. You check,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't going R&B night looking like a bum. You going
right,
R&B night dressed nice. You know what I mean? A lot of people be asking for it. Yes, the spot closed on and Joker does try and find the footing right now to when he gonna do it again. But that event was doing good because it was once a month. So people could look forward to it. You know what I mean? So that's why we're asking people like you looking forward to an event, or your mind is your iPad, because I don't go if I don't got DJ, me ain't going nothing.
right,
I can't go every weekend. People, the younger generation got because they still spending their parents' money. But what the younger generation want, hey, what how they partying? Then we
right.
talking about tourists. Be like, does a tourist want to come to the Virgin Islands and go inside a building, or they want to party like they in the Caribbean? They looking at island life. Look, like that's what them man be like. You know much tourists will come here in groups, and the man them that driving them to come here and be like, hey country, yeah man, I got a group of 10. Them man want you come DJ at the Airbnb. Them girls just want them to party. That's what going on.
Right.
This
It
is
need
what
to be
happened now.
more. It need
Eh?
to. We need to utilize more outside spaces as well. You know what I mean?
That's
And
why
that
I
way,
make a big fuss when I say, how come we can't utilize our beach them to whole thing? This is an element. This is where we is. We are the island, and we can't utilize our beach at night.
right.
Wow, for real.
The sun fly them. But people, I think when people think of going to the beach at night, that's.
Right.
But when I say dress code, I mean, like if I see a flyer, right? And the flyer, for example, is wear orange. Like tonight, the dress code is orange. Me gonna orange, I gonna feel like, okay, if I wear red, if I wearing red,
And she had
me
she
going
say,
because
I will buy
I show up to
arrangement.
a black party in all red because I really wasn't studying the dress code. I was the only person in the building in all red. My whole outfit, even my shoes, my bag, everything were red because I wasn't studying no dress code. You know what I'm saying? And poor
But
June even says, Sony, I couldn't even pour no pictures because every picture I look in you in red. But you know, it like, and then like if it say grown and sexy, listen, I don't have 3 kids. This thing ain't like what it used to be. To me, grown and sexy when I go out, I being real. Grown and sexy when I go out is, you know, I see in what females feel like their body should look like today, and it might
You
make
grown
me
and
feel
sexy
out
to
of place. Like
somebody,
I know
Sony.
this is what is
Everybody
going
grown
to
and
come
sexy to
out.
somebody. So everybody's grown and sexy looks different. Okay? So it is not
You
one,
mind me, Sony?
grown
Did
and
I be in the
sexy
club
ain't
like
in
who that
one
is?
way.
And I be like, don't worry about who that is.
Exactly. Hey, what
Okay,
pressure
Stop
sister
asking
you
me
know,
saying,
stupidness. You
mankind?
ain't even
Yeah,
saying
you
that
want us
is. Don't
to
worry about who that is. You're asking the wrong questions.
you know. So, but that's just my take on it, right? And this is me speaking like as a 40-year-old. Like when I want to experience a nightlife and I'm like, wow, this DJ playing, I really like this DJ playing, and I see the content on the fly and I'm like, okay, this is looking like it's not really catering to me, and I'm the one, like, I'm coming out to spend my money. I don't want to feel, you know, uncomfortable like amongst a younger crowd.
Right.
White parties are so overrated. Like I see an all white party and me ain't even want to go because everybody doing all white party. Like there's no creativity anymore
boom,
in
boom.
the event plannings, and everybody's doing the same thing. And there's no, like, we're not seeing no evolution in the nightlife and nothing in planning, you know, of the events. And
I
that's
mean,
my take on it.
there are
So
select
let's go
few
red. Go.
promoters that do
I was just gonna go into.
try to push the envelope. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's enough across the board, but
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it happens often enough. But like I said, like there's a few that I love. I love to see pictures from Sunny Side Up. I don't go to none of these things, by the way. I love to see pictures from Sunny Side Up. I love to see Jet Dem Party, which is Mimosa Sundays. I love to see PTO pictures. I love to see R Black pictures. I love to see Look Jam pictures. I love to see Fort Fed pictures. There's another one in St. Croix. I can't remember the name, but I
And
love
I
to see
feel
those
like
pictures as
because
well.
those events were planned with class
Staple, yeah,
and
the
they
staple.
attract people
Right.
with, you know, a certain type, like when you see those events, is like, okay, I gotta bring my A game, you know, when I coming out to these events. And that's the
Right.
difference. But if you're just
Yeah,
doing, okay,
yeah.
you know, Friday night, this. But like Country said earlier, I feel like there's a difference between events and actual nightlife.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So let me say this real quick, right? Real quick. So the nightlife part of it. Right now we got a bunch all them places that country talk about. Nobody ain't taking no pictures of their events of their night. You ain't seeing nobody posting, hey, this was such and such on Thursday night, and this is how it looked. You know what I mean? You ain't seeing nobody ain't capturing the moments.
You
Moments
don't
is
have
what
no
will bring people
coverage.
out.
You
You ain't
don't
got
have
no
no
type of
coverage.
coverage. So
If
are
you
we
go,
going off of?
yeah.
If like country say, if all photographers snap you in a picture and you get an ocean safari shot and flip flops and you on the internet the next morning, you might damn. All right, let me wear my good shot next week. You check. So and then the next thing that gonna lead me into what I wanted to ask you, country, and let me know what your take is on it. We see a lot of these clubs not using promoters and they're being their own promoter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now they, instead of saying, "Hey, promoter, you throw a party here," no, we gonna do everything and we gonna hire this DJ or this band or whatever, and we gonna do our own thing, and we gonna cut out the promoter and we gonna keep all the money, right? But then now what you end up happening is like I just explained, no coverage of your event. So if people ain't feel like they're getting that experience and they're just going here for a drink or to socialize or whatever, they're not going to dress the part, you know. And then they're not dressing the part, they ain't bringing the vibes, and it's just like me dress so I going go dance for. If I ain't dressing, you think I going go dance? You know what I
You
mean?
see when you say, let me tell you, you know, one person, I will give hands down. And that's why I thought I see them man went from year one and them man year two went from this to this. And that's PTO. You know why? PTO promoted for 12 months, you know that.
Yeah.
Go at them on social media, them man pushing out pictures, new video, and you like, you see them like, what? But I can't wait for it. If I go turn up, I ain't missing that. We don't get no coverage. So you ain't seeing, you ain't like, people who use social media. Things black people could do insane. What come up? What the fuck come up, man? Doesn't come up. What come up? The girl talking about she getting rapped. The girl
Right.
gunshot bust after me or cookie pie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Negativity is what come up.
Yeah.
We don't get no by doing like a commercial video.
So this
you
what
even
so
how
here
to
is a
get to the
country,
place.
but this is what I tell people too. Just post the video. Don't post the video with your event name and the video, because then they're going to see like you're selling the event.
Yeah.
You don't want to sell the event like that. Sell the event from the vibes in the video. Put in the caption what your event name. But when I look at a video, I just want to look at how vibesy the video was. I don't want to see your imprint all over the thing. Cause then that a ton of people laugh, like, damn, he's selling me this shit all year long.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know what I mean? Like I got it.
look
You know
at
what I
them.
mean? Just sell the moment and let people feel like, yeah, wow, let me see what's going on. But to plaster your thing all over the video, that'll just turn people off or make people tune out,
You know what? I keep telling a lot of man long here, especially man like Emmett, that they don't listen to me. Say, partner, beige on tube, yeah, choke off. I say, I'm going to beige on tube. Go and beige on tube and see the views. And them man ain't doing much.
Yeah.
Them man catching people in the element, in the vibe, dancing, and these people don't even know the camera on them. And that's the man do it for Look Jam.
Look Jam, yeah. June bring them in.
Shout out June. I didn't even know who that girl was.
Exactly. And to June's credit, June understood the issue with the coverage. So when he fly in Beige and Tube and Trini Jungle Juice and all these people, it was with that in mind for the exposure of the event. Because I guess what now? When Beige and Tube post it and they see these pretty synchro girl dancing or whatever, like who that girl, who she is, where she from, what event that was, and then that gonna have people interested in that place. So something as simple as I just have a video of your event.
As a thing, okay, ask yourself this, on Facebook, like, type in any of these club name wrong here and see what shop. Like, see if them man on Google
have a social media presence.
Social media presence that you go on and click and see what. Yo, that look like
can't resolve nothing. Can't make no reservation.
Well, what people they complacent because they know people are going to shop with their stuff anyway because they have much to do.
Nothing else.
So until somebody come in and choke off the game and say, look, I'm going to create this experience so far. I don't want to go to none of these other clubs. I'm going to push my social media presence. I'm going to keep a different type of vibe every night. I'm going to have my reggae Mondays. I'm going to have my R&B Wednesdays. I'm going to have my shut it down Fridays. And I'm going to have my skin out Saturdays every week. You know what I mean? So even if I only get 100
people
one, dog,
skin out Saturdays. Coin that one, right? That one.
Listen. Did I keep a lot of my thing number? I sharing is caring. Did I keep a lot of my slogan? Them sharing is caring. I for the people. Skin it out Saturdays. Bless God if you need something. 758.
Hey,
you know what I mean? You go, Kozo. Just link me. It's like. But yeah, that is true. But one thing I want transition, Kai, because what really made country went viral was talking about Miami. And I was a big fan of Miami Carnival. I ain't been in 2 years, you know what I mean? I got my life together. So I ain't been in 2 years. And to be honest with you, I never really been to a VI event for Miami Carnival. Because I'm not gonna be honest with you. I feel like when I go Miami Carnival, bro, if your event ain't looking international, is international. When I say international, I ain't competing with the other international events, bro. I don't want to go there. If I listen to a jam, if I listen to Poison and I listen to, if I listen to Blinders and I listen to these other bands all year long, you think I'm going to spend my money and fly Miami to go hear them again in the same setting again? That means I'm going to look at people or for people to look at me. Me really going to have a good time. So then you're going to complain about that when they have the Miami for Carnival have 100 parties a night, brother.
Easy.
Trust me.
Easy.
You can't tell me you went Miami and ain't had fun. That is a lie. You didn't want to
Easy.
have fun. So if you want to tell the promoter them to compete, you could do a jam and still make the decor a certain type of way.
Yeah, give the vibe.
You could still give it a vibe. But if you want to do the bare minimum and then you're paying 6,000 for a band, 5,000, 3,000, 1,500, the least. You're bringing them up. Your ticket them is $60. Okay, cool. We're going to support our own. Make it memorable. Make it memorable and cover it with 3D Jungle Juice or Emmett or Force Emmett to start something. I think them had KGP used to be one of the things them that were kind of like trying to be 3D Jungle or trying to be the self, but taking on the same role. Then capture the moments in the jam and sell that for next year. You see what I'm saying? Hey, next year we here again. Miami Carnival. We had 5 bands in here. It was a movie. The decor look a certain way. You know what I mean? Everybody was in white and black or whatever the theme was. But I don't think a lot of people really that be pouring. I think the consumer is content with the bare minimum up until the point they spend their money and come outside of the jam and be like, damn, I really spent $125 in here for nothing. So it's both of them together, the promoter ain't doing enough and the consumer don't understand that they have the power to say, I ain't coming to your thing unless it's an elevate. I ain't going enough. If one person ain't going, if he look a certain way and is a certain way, it's me,
Me too.
Oh no, it got to be a certain way for me to go in.
And if you have a dress code, like I count me out.
No, but it'll force you. But when you look at that flyer and you see the vibe, it'll force you to be like, no, I gotta make sure I look good, me. Me ain't getting looking like no scrub. I gotta make sure I look good, and that's the thing. That man ain't doing that. Be like me. I telling you.
So what was your issue with Miami though?
My issue is we doing the same thing. Is no way I going party in the dark and I smell like ganja when I come out and I just buy this shot. Like, bro,
and I want to wear it again tomorrow.
Like, come on, what doing me, the man?
Wash it.
Let me tell you something. When you go to the other events, I don't want to say the Trini events. When you go to the other events, bro, I could see people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see people. If you dance, if you can't see you, we know what's going on in the world today. So imagine you got your room and you can't see people and you hold on to something that you thought is something else.
And that's when the camera gonna flash. That's when the camera gonna flash.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
See, the guys see and people enjoying themselves. You're like, this can't be the same people from back home. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody just posted in the chat, right? Something that I was like seriously thinking, and this is a really good point because I'm a solution thinker. Like, how do we move forward? How do we get together? How do we become creative, right?
Right.
When you are boss, or a manager, you does delegate things, right? Like, okay, use my secretary, you handle this for me. Use my treasurer, you handle this for me, right? How do we collaborate with other businesses to help those businesses promote our business? For example, because somebody just posted, maybe letting somebody else have the bar. Like, okay, on Thursday nights, XYZ ladies could have the bar, but I business have to promote an I social media platform to bring people in, right? DJs, like switch up the DJs on the weekends, because and I get that there's a difference between nightlife and events, but events does happen. For me, is the nightlife that we're lacking. Like when I come home on a Friday night, I love Zanzibar. It's a really cool spot, but is the same thing every weekend.
We need
I
another
might want to
option.
be right. There's no options, right? So how do we think of solutions, like how do we move forward to evolve what we used to know as nightlife and create a new nightlife?
To me, Sony, the place is set up to give you that New Orleans vibe and Main Street.
Street, fact.
Yes.
From 758,
Go down.
go down to USO, like right after Bliss, and probably 2 streets back. All back, this should just be an
Yeah,
entertainment district.
yeah.
No,
Okay?
I believe that like Main
And
Street really need to come alive at night.
because this is what I tell a lot of promoters, especially people who that do outside events and like during the day and night. It's not about how many people you have at once, it's how many people come to the turnstile within a certain amount of hours. So you might come in my club at one point and it'll only have 50 people in it, but that 300 people don't
Rotate,
pass
make
through
yeah,
here
exactly.
and come back to. Come over here, they holding a vibe, I buy a drink. Sometimes, right, this is what I like to do. I'll go 758 and turn up. And when I feel like I need a break, I'll go straight across the street by the pressure spot and
Yeah.
watch TV and cool out and beat a juice with some old man. Catch myself again and I right back 758. You understand what I'm saying? So ain't all the time I want to party the whole night. I might just want to pass and catch a vibe, see what's
Let's hang
going on.
out.
If me feeling it, I got to the next bar 2 doors down, beat some food, drink some juice, chit chat with people, hear somebody, see somebody, and then if I feel it again, I back in the mix. So I feel like if we move it and have an entertainment district, the next thing they're going to do is that police don't have to worry about being all over the place. Everything
One
right
area.
here. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to secure the entire island or really. We could have most of our resources and our people right here in a club district, and we win. You know what I'm saying?
So
That's would be my solution.
So that's kind of like emulating 6th Street in Austin, or like Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street, 6th
Yeah.
But
Street.
you know what they have now? They have that in Red Hook.
But St. Croix.
You check? But
St. Croix,
Red Hook.
St.
Yeah,
Croix have that?
Cruise get that. That's how Cruise could do downtown shutdown.
Yeah.
In Christian Step?
Yeah, they're able to do that. But we
Right.
don't have that. We on Main Street, from time you reach Caro to the end of the block, they ain't got no music.
Right.
The only time you get music is when Bliss turn on.
Yeah.
And now you get Rendezvous and the front
Yeah,
part.
but you have another one next to Bliss on the street over. It was Bliss.
Close up.
That closed down?
Yeah, the Sandoval close up.
Damn.
Yeah, it'll be, but it get something else open on the back part now. It get homegrown. It get homegrown in the alley, and then it get a spot like they call it a Jamaican spot, but around the corner from Bliss. So it get like take back there, but again, you don't want to end up in a spot where you're like, yo, and here pitch black, or that man, and you know what I mean. If you could go to a different place and get different element, it'll be cool. But then again, too, what we fall back to is everybody opening the same time, everybody closing the same time. So it's like you won't get no, it don't have no offset. You know, much time for a while I was going Orlando to go them and downtown on a Sunday. Opa, you go rooftop to shut down. You leave rooftop, you go to another spot. After that spot shut down, then you go Eve. So you forcing the problem to like, okay, we don't party here until they shut down because we know the next spot is this here. We don't have that here. We have everybody open at the same time, everybody shutting down at the same time.
Yeah, but my entertainment district, I feel like, especially with the island atmosphere, like you gonna be open 24 hours if you want to. If you keep everybody.
So why are businesses shutting down around the same time? Because if I'm a business owner and my bar isn't making a certain amount of money every hour,
I think it's licensing,
to be able to
right?
cover my expenses, right?
So
to be able to cover my expenses,
a lot of these places is registered as Tavern. So you get Tavern A and Tavern B. So I think if it's a Tavern A, it's not a nightclub because a lot of them get restaurants. So because of that, a lot of them can't go past 2 o'clock. They got shut down at 2. You know what I mean? The only
Okay.
spot them. So like again, the only spot that I think right now register that stay open late is Jungle. Even everybody else is shut down. Jungle be the only place. Cause me Black it close. You know what I mean? It have exclusive down by the airport, but that's like the spot. But other than that, I think that's like the only 2 spots that could stay open till like 4 o'clock. Everybody else do like a tavern, so you just have
Right.
2.
Right.
I
So
mean,
why tavern? Like, what's the significance of having a tavern?
I
Is
Tavon
it
is
I,
because they
Tavon
serve like
I
Luke.
think
food?
I think it's a size, and I think it's size, and I think with having a restaurant also, but I think it's the
Okay.
size. I
Right.
really think it's the size of the capacity.
And
Is
then a
what I
lot of
mean.
it is
Okay.
zoning too,
Capacity.
Sony. Some places may be zoned for a tavern, but
And
not
tavern
zoned for
zoning,
a nightclub. You
I
know that
don't
type of
know.
way?
When we talk about zoning, we can't leave out the historical
Yeah.
reserve. Them day
Mm.
that get a place and a
Knock
chokehold.
it on. Knock it
Chokehold.
on.
That
Knock
them
it
man
on. Knock
here
it
want
on.
here. Them
Knock
man
that
talking
shit
about
down.
you. This is a historical and yeah, it got a lot
Knock
of things
it
against we that we
down.
can't do. You know what I mean?
Knock
So
And
it down.
something as simple as this gonna always go back to the lawmakers. It's
yeah,
something.
Right.
it will. It will. We have
Right.
15 people that could always sit down and bring bills forward that could fix something. You know what I
I
mean?
think, yeah,
A
and I think
conversation should be had between tourism chamber, come on, some senators, the
every
governor.
we'd have been in States, I would have tell a lot of people between the ages of 20 and 40 to go to St. Thomas and have a good time. You don't need a passport.
Yeah.
Wave that bring these people in, PTO that bring these people in, Log Jam that bring these people in, Mimosa Sundays that bring these people in. All these people are coming, seeing these promotion that these people doing, these young people that come in, and then the island will be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then they leave, and then they'll be like St. Thomas and St. Croix don't have nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the older
I was
heads
bored.
ain't seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it's like they have to be able to see that and say, we have to have something for these people to do. I want to see a cruise ship stay overnight. I want to see a cruise ship leave at 10 o'clock at night. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had a time when cruise ships were leaving, it was dark, and they could see these
Mm-hmm.
lights leaving the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like when these people come to these hotels, they need to be able to come to these districts and have a good time and
Yeah.
experience different vibes. One
I,
bar might have reggae, one bar might be a jam session,
One
another
might
I,
bar
be
might be
Santo Bar.
R&B,
I
Mm-hmm.
think the
Santo bar.
first entertainment district gonna happen here. I say. I say that because you have Pier 22, you have Virgin Haven, you
Mm-hmm,
have Smoking Rooster, you
mm-hmm,
get Tap and Still, you get a
mm-hmm,
Hot, right? So and then you have Agave. So now them are building a hotel. So that's tourists for sure that is in Haven side and the
mm.
dock. I just hope that when a hotel build that they don't come and do this and try come down and say nah, you got nah like because you could shut down Haven side and you could walk around and go club hopping in Haven
You could,
side
and the taxis could make more money by
because you gotta
shuttling
bring people in.
people from that hotel
Mm-hmm.
and bring people to the entertainment district. Taxis might be running later than before because now they know I could shuttle people. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
we know I'm saying I'm also picking you up later. Right? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Who?
I ain't seen them man that I'd be seeing during the day. Me ain't seen them in the night.
I tell you.
I ain't seen them man in the night at all.
Right.
So to
Right.
to conclude, it sounds like what things that need to happen is we need to put some pressure on these lawmakers to figure out a way that we could have access to a bustling main street and
Hey,
make it affordable for business owners and Main Street. Maybe we reassess some of these rules and zoning laws that would make it accessible for more bars, more um, restaurants, more clubs, etc.
the same energy that them man giving the taxi cab commission to do town hall. Again, enough people around here that invested into the entertainment life. Them man go
Mm,
hold town hall hear what people have to say, sit down and draft a bill. You know what I
But
mean?
people don't exercise power, country. People don't go out and vote. People don't
Right.
exercise their power. This
I
is the
don't
power that
vote.
you
I don't
exercise.
vote already. I
Good
don't
job.
So country, tell me what a town hall vibe would look like. Well, what I would look like. How we could
that
get.
would look like any
Mhm.
senator could do it. You know what I mean? You got a senator or you get somebody to reach out to a senator and be like, hey, we want to do a town hall. Them man put out a press release and you need somebody to really like head it. Or probably get everybody name, everybody that have that invested into the
Interest, yeah.
entertainment. You know what I mean? And the first part of it wouldn't be with Chamber of Commerce, but you could do that. You could invite your stakeholders. You could invite somebody from Government House. You could invite somebody from Chamber of Commerce. You could invite somebody from tourism to sit down and listen to the DJs, the club owners, and listen to what we have to say, that what we think it need. You know what I mean? We don't need right now. We don't need no more festival. I think it leave the festival them that the music festival anyway come out of the ground and we don't send a beer wine and wine spirit something to happen. That ain't gonna help the nightlife.
Hmm.
That ain't a revenue driven that gonna help.
Consistent.
No, we
Yeah.
need something regular, not something that we gotta look for.
Nightlife.
That they gonna always build because if you do that, it gonna build. You know.
Right.
But I want people to stop using the government as a promoter.
Oh,
Please.
Right.
I beg it now, you. Don't do that because festival don't have free carnival to put on it. No, they
Yeah.
got not have, no, they got music fest. No, they got do wine and spirits, bro.
Yeah.
They could
I
help
agree.
us. They could support. Lead them be a support, but not to be telling them, man, hey, we need to take a half a
Right. I
million
agree.
dollars out of the tourism revolving fund. And no, bro. Like, hey,
Right.
what we want to do and help us get it done. And we
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think outside of the three carnivals that they have, I don't think they should be really doing anything else other than identifying promoters who align with what they're trying to do as far as bring people in and
Hmm.
show people that give people the vibe we want to give people and
And support
support
them.
those people.
Facts.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? And in supporting those people, it should encourage other promoters to say, oh, okay, they're supporting PTO, they're supporting Mimosa Sunday, they support whoever, and this is how their stuff look. Then my stuff need to align with that
With that.
vibe
Hmm.
and have that standard in order to get my support. That's what it should be doing.
So the man whatever dealing with me should like yeah, we understand. But I've been asking from them like a little boy how these people are still open. But then I work Marriott for years and me seeing somebody telling me I come saying I must go buy a ring or a chain or a bracelet. These people coming back to the hotel with the two bare hand them
The washing money.
like
Oh, I didn't say that. Sorry, I had that. My bad. No, it's my
because
bad.
it's crazy. Like you walking down, ain't got no place that you go pull up and hear a little ching like
Yeah.
afternoon vibe music playing and you know what I mean? Like you come to an
Right.
island, like we gonna drive food down to people truck. We gonna send them makers back cookie punch every day.
Yeah.
Up until when night come. And they
Right.
man, Red Oak is a whole different world. Red Oak ain't what it used to be for we when we going out
Facts.
into Duffy's.
Facts.
Ladies
Ain't
night,
like
they
that
tell
no
them
more.
drinking free and man sending the girl to the bar to get a little cup. Like, yeah, bring it back, man.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah, it's definitely going to take skilled marketing because long-term marketing for an event that happening next year is going to be a lot more affordable and easier than if you having a consistent event every weekend or every night because you have a nightclub or a bar. The marketing gonna really have to be creative.
Right.
and when the marketing, 'cause I know people in tourism listening, and I my family. But the marketing, we gotta get over the drone shot flying over the water we need to lead the people them see that you have a nightlife, you have something happening. Like I use a marketing tool, but if you want tourism page, you ain't got nothing marketing but a night,
But they
But
can't
but
promote what ain't happening.
that's one, and to be fair to them, their money really ain't coming from the younger people them who the party coming into the island, Their money coming from people from Europe and white America that coming in to enjoy beaches and
They
excursions
want
and
to relax, and
so
that's what they're looking
and
for.
want to relax. So this is
Talking.
why I'm saying they should continue doing that. They should add.
Yeah, me
Add.
stopping them from
Yeah,
doing that. You
okay.
gonna say
Yeah,
add a little more
right,
to it. You
right.
won't
Have a
stopping it
different
because
version. Have a different version.
yeah,
So there's
because
two sides. Right.
the end of the day, the trick is that you want people that are on a cruise ship to return to the island to overnight, to stay here.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So that when we talk about heads in beds, that's them man focus. Okay, flights coming in, people coming in, but then they coming in and then okay, well, okay, we're gonna go beach, we're gonna do this. They get different things that they might do. They might go snorkeling, they might do a day sail, they stay with the family, they relax. But like after a certain time, what happened, like you know what I play Bliss and I watch people leave from Vigilios. White people come across into Bliss, But this is when Bliss is and like in the ram. So it does like 10 white people in there. And my boy, I am driving pop in these people and they're going crazy. I gonna do that.
That's the only
Yeah.
crowd right there, son.
Yeah, that's like that. That's on it right
Sony
there.
have a blast in
The
there.
no dress code, no
What?
dress code,
Me.
fist
Me and
pumping
Sony the
crowd. That's
same
Sony.
party, right? And I standing up, last I Sony and they having a
Sony going
blast.
sick, like she on
Like,
ecstasy.
like, what going on?
That's the make sure in them home sleeping
Like,
and I
yeah,
outside
yeah.
tonight,
Yeah,
boy.
See, girl, what plane it
yeah.
up?
Listen, if you want to have a good time,
That's facts.
Yeah, Sony,
come
you
with
know.
That's
me
facts.
because I don't care. I don't.
And she be
Listen,
like, Kai,
if
who sing this
I
song? Sony, if I
Yeah,
call his name, you ain't gonna know. Just
yeah,
dance. Enjoy it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope more conversation like this could happen and then we could try to start to move forward to try to like
Definitely,
build something.
definitely.
So we actionable people here, bro.
Yeah,
I especially believe in like, yo, we can't just talk about some fuck.
yeah.
We identify the issues and then we figure out a solution and then we implement that solution plan. So
Definitely.
I want us to figure out what would be the first step to take in addressing this issue, whether it's getting a town
The
hall
first
set up.
thing we gotta
Go
do is
ahead.
we gotta meet amongst ourselves before we meet amongst the politicians. We gotta meet
Yeah,
among ourselves to know what it is we want. For people to take
Yeah.
us serious, we gotta
Yeah.
have some kind of idea. We gotta come with a plan. We
Yeah.
cannot come talking. We gotta lay it out in a plan.
Yeah.
Two, I want if you own a restaurant, a club, I need you to stop playing and go join the Chamber Commerce.
Talk about
I
that.
have to get
What's
in.
that about?
Hey,
Explain that whole thing.
but that gonna take another hour. But them man, that's the business district.
Uh-huh.
That's like if you need help through them man is what gonna make things move for you. If you need Main Street shut down, Chamber Commerce and make that happen, bro.
Ah.
The stress level of it, but is having that relationship with the other people that you might not think like them man have a business, but them man not focus on doing jewelry. But feel like,
Yeah.
yo, we could do this. Like how about at night? Like how big is your spot? Why not put a DJ in your spot
Hmm.
and use your spot and set up a bar in your spot and open your spot in the night? You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Like they might not have the idea because they're in their lane. Everybody have the entertainment or the promoter mentality to carry it forward. But first we need to meet amongst each other and figure out how we want it to move forward. Then we need to bring in a senator. You know what I mean? Bring them on in because now they can facilitate having different people licensing coming and talk to us like those
right.
come in and talk to us, and then from there they draft a bill. They could draft them. Could draft a bill and send it to the governor. And if we meet with the governor or meet the government house, and we bring them on the same page,
Right.
it could either happen two ways. The governor will send down something to the Senate that they will vote on, or somebody bring a bill and walk it through and get it to the
Right.
governor. He signed into law. But
Right.
again, I want to tell her this: ain't everything needs to be law because it don't have things in place implemented. You know what I mean? If we're talking about having to get stuff done money wise, then fine. They will find a way to move or have money allocated for certain stuff. Ain't everything need to be a lot. It does be that point of par. Everybody at the same page. Everybody at people that sit down there might not they know fully about entertainment.
Right.
Only person that the really keep thing is Javon James. And he ain't running again. So now
Right.
we're looking at the 36 legislature and who coming in or who gonna be in there. And it's for us to guide them to say, listen, this is what really needs to happen. And this here will help the revenue driven part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then two, I gonna be real with you. A lot of these big companies need to start playing ball, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way I could go say Martin and it's a big Hennessy fest and we can't have Hennessy so in America we here. Like them are making bread. Like how are you doing nothing for
Well, these people cheap. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. So
Man,
people got
same.
hold their foot to the fire.
Yeah. Same thing me and Kyla's talk about, people coming together, especially families, and making investments together
Right.
in homes. We could do the same thing with businesses. Seriously. Leasing a spot, me, Kyle, and Red. Well, this is not my area of expertise, entertainment, but just to give you an idea, like me and my brothers, I would say to them, yo, let we lease this spot and let we turn it into so and so, let we pull our income together and make it happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as local people too, whether we live there or away, could really come together and get creative and just help that nightlife evolve
Well, what
into
people
what
have
we
to
want it
know,
to
what
be.
people have to know when it comes to these things, especially when they want to come together and invest together as a family or friends, you can't go in it thinking this ain't drugs. There's no return of investment tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like you
Oh
have to
yeah.
really be committed
Yeah.
to
Well, there has to
see
be a
following
business
through.
plan. Like you don't
Right.
you don't open up a
Exactly.
business broke. Like, okay, I
Exactly.
have $5,000. It's gonna take $5,000 to open this business. You gotta have a good business plan. That's
Right.
that's natural,
Right. Right. Exactly.
So it
Exactly.
ain't just like, yeah, let we make this happen.
You
Um,
know, one of the biggest things for me has always been when America used to bring in late flights and from Miami. And imagine that you land and from the airport to like Marriott, the place look dark. Like you driving and then you drive and you telling them, man, this is our downtown area. And when you pass it, nothing in jumping. The place look pitch black, no kind of vibe, no kind of energy, no people in walking wrong going from spot to spot. And like that can't be downtown. I know what a downtown look like. No, that
Right.
ain't not downtown.
Right.
So it's still we need to even build an atmosphere. I know you had plans of redeveloping Main Street. I know they were supposed to do different stuff, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
see
know how.
something come out today about that and the
Yeah, I don't know
consulting.
how
So this
far they
one.
reach. It's supposed to redevelop Main Street. I know they just pass they pass a bill over in St. Croix. They try and allow the cruise ships them to open their casino and the ship so that the ship could stay later. You know what I mean? So you know,
Right.
let's just try to get something going. I is a person. I driven to make things happen. I don't have a problem working with people and sitting down and moving something forward. But it reached a point that it is an attention grabber amongst a lot of people because a lot of people have a lot to say about our nightlife.
So like
Well,
I said,
go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead. Go
ahead.
ahead, Kyle.
No, I
No,
was
no,
just
no, go
gonna
ahead.
say, Like I said, country, I gonna task you personally. We're getting that together, setting up something where promoters, club owners, everybody, we could all sign up. Whether it's a list of names, and then we take that to get this town hall started. People that's interested and invested in this thing, and then we get a town hall started where we could voice our opinions and our concerns to the people that need to hear it. And then once they hear it, no, we could put some pressure on them. Guys, this is
Right,
where we
definitely.
talk about voting and votes work. This is how it'll work right here. So when Senator so and so here, you say, listen, we need to do something about Main Street and get more accessible to locals to invest in there. These are our concerns. Okay, yeah, we hear you. Da, 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 da. And then we
Right,
don't hear nothing from them for months and months and months after November. Now we know who not to vote back in. And we have to
right,
start voting our interests, not voting who are the best fish fry and voting
right.
who mother went school with my mother and them type of stupidness. We have to vote our interests. All right. Them taxi man last week we talked about Uber. Them taxi man united in their voting. If
Yeah.
you're against Uber,
A man,
if you're for Uber, we ain't voting for you. If you're against taxi man, we ain't voting for you. That's where their stand is. They don't care how you feel. They don't care how great Uber is for
And I
the
respect
economy.
it.
I respect. How could you not? You see what I'm saying? So until there's something to combat that, until we in the entertainment industry get them numbers where we could force these people to hear what it is we're doing and act in our interests, then we're gonna just be making a bunch of noise. That's my little last little 2 cents.
hey,
Any
I,
last word, country?
I didn't even realize that the chat was going sick, you know.
The chat going sick there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
our
chat
chat
going
always
sick there.
active, man. We
It
appreciate
was
everybody in
really,
the chat.
yeah,
The
I,
chat
that
going
man,
sick there.
yeah, but
No, but we appreciate you coming on, country.
love all
You
the
know, a lot
time.
of things you had to say was very insightful. Maybe we could have a follow-up conversation or a follow-up live, or maybe even have like a platform set podcast where, we talk about how things improved.
Yeah,
If a town hall is going to happen, hell, maybe even Caribbean Currency could, cover the town
Yeah, we could
hall.
host it. See?
yeah, that
Yeah,
what
we
happened.
could host it and, stream something like that. And just we make a trip to St. Thomas and make it happen. But I love my home. I want to see my home grow. I want to see my people have fun, violence free, you know. And we have it in us to come together. We could do it when natural disasters happen. Damn it, we could do it.
Every
When
day.
our home really need us every day, every weekend. Help our own businesses grow. And we just continue to give back in that way.
Yep.
So keep us posted. We
Yeah,
really appreciate you.
all the
Yeah.
time, love.
Yes,
Love alone.
All right,
yes.
Peace, country. Give
Yes.
thanks, brother.
Thank you,
Appreciate the time,
love.
country.
man. Much love,
Yeah,
bro. Thanks.
love.
And hey, look, them wires back there, you got to sort them out. They
Nah,
tangle up.
nah, nah. That's
That's
it.
that's the solve, all
That's
right.
the
I forgot
Okay.
item
solve.
so long. He all in everybody's ass this morning.
Right.
All right, guys.
All
Bless
right,
yourself,
Blessings.
country.
country. Give
Thank
thanks.
you.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna continue the conversation. Moving on, we've seen some activity happening on social media regarding rent in the Virgin Islands,
Let's just
right?
call him out. Kimani Mali.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
he in the
I
chat.
gonna
Kimani
lead up to
Mali.
you.
The
Kimani.
red,
Don't
the red, the
living.
light skin brigade, they bout. Go ahead,
That's
red.
okay.
Kimani Mali made a status, and I won't paraphrase, talking about rent being super high in the Virgin Islands. And it's a fair complaint, right? People in people don't make that much money. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I rebutted by saying the opposite as I rebutted on the side of the homeowners. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, what you want them to do? Like how you want them to post price their rent so it's affordable for you and they don't make no money, or they price it where they could, make some money, pay their bills, and that's why you get a property, right? That's why you become successful in life and fix your credit and save and invest so you could make money off of your investment. So that was the debate, and I think there's right on both sides, but I lean toward the side of the homeowners.
So what was Kimani? Did Kimani make that point because he feel like homeowners are intentionally skyrocketing the rent, or he
That's
just
the
feels like the cost of living
He just an
won't
asshole.
fly?
it's
That's
a
why he made
Oh
it.
he just
God,
an
I
asshole.
don't.
He just
That's
miserable,
it.
you say?
Yeah, he just
God,
yeah, he just a fuck. Sorry. You know
Kimani,
what I mean? But
But
Kimani,
so
I want
but
you to
but
know.
it drive conversation though.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
that's a thing, Sony and the VI especially. A lot of folks, renters, feel that landlords are overpricing their properties, and they being greedy when they're asking for a certain amount for a property, etc., etc. So Sony, what I would like for you to do, I gonna go last on this topic. I got a lot to say. Sony, I would like for you to go and talk about pretty much what's you're a mortgage broker, Sony, so you know what all aspects play into a mortgage as far as the cost and what drives your mortgage prices to be what your mortgage price gonna be. So let's talk a little bit
yeah,
about that as far as what's all encompassed in a mortgage, so that we could kind of break it on so we could have an understanding of what's included.
Even upkeep of the home, because she's a homeowner as
She
well.
gonna do all of
You
that,
yeah,
know?
right, son? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, um, there's so many there's so much that ties into a mortgage payment, right? There's what's called PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. From the time you look at buying a house, you have your principal payment, which includes an interest rate. That determines what your fixed or variable payment will be over the life of the loan, whether you do a 15-year mortgage or a 30-year mortgage. And then you have your property taxes that you have to pay. Usually that's escrowed and it's rolled into your mortgage payment. And then you have your homeowner's insurance. Now, your homeowner's insurance is determined by the area you live in. If you're in a flood zone, if natural disasters tend to happen. And so all of those things combined are factored into your mortgage payment. So a person's principal mortgage payment may be $1,500. After taxes and insurance, they're now paying $2,200. If the mortgage on my property is $2,200 a month, and I decide, okay, I have a job opportunity, I'm going to relocate, me and my family, but I don't want to get rid of this house. Instead, I'm going to do a long-term rent, but I have to make sure that my rent on this property is covered. There's no way, as a homeowner or now an investor, I am going to charge $2,200, because factors that come into play when you're now a landlord is one, the deposit. Well, first of all, if something breaks on the property, the first person you're calling to fix it is me. And if I'm not making any money from the investment or the rental, now I don't have any money to fix this, to repair the property. We just lose Redmond. Hold on, let me bring it back. Okay, we don't have any funds to fix whatever is necessary, right? So instead of charging the 2,200, they may say, I'm going to charge 2,500, and with this extra $300, I'm going to put this into savings in case they tell me the water heater broke, the AC unit went out, the water pump went out, and these are things that I may need to repair. So instead of charging 2,200, he may charge 2,500. Now, because homeowners insurance work pretty much like, well, it works just like car insurance, right? After you've had it for a year, your car insurance rate may go up. You're like, oh shit, this is too high. Let me go ahead and see if I could call them and get a discount. If not, I'm going to shop and get a new rate. Homeowners insurance work the same way. Your first year in owning a home, your mortgage payment may be $2,200, including your homeowners insurance payment. The next year, if your homeowners insurance goes up, guess what happens? Now your mortgage payment goes up. So if the mortgage payment goes up from $2,200, you're charging $2,500 rent. Let's say it goes up $100. Now you have to tell your tenant, hey, I'm so sorry. I know the rent was $2,500. I have to go up $2,600 this year. You as a tenant, you pissed off like, damn, why they going up on my rent? They're going up on it because their cost is going up. Same thing happened with property taxes. How property taxes are done is, so in America, the county or the district in the Virgin Islands would determine your property value, and they determine the taxes based off a percentage of the property value that you have. So if your property taxes this year is 400, and let me say, property taxes in home is, oh my God, cheap.
Oh my God.
But
If it's cheap,
listen, cheap, okay? Like I don't want to hear nobody complaining about the cost of their property taxes in St. Thomas, because listen, my property tax bill that just came, I am hammered, okay? Like it's a car payment. Not a car payment. I'm buying a car. But anyway, when the property taxes change, so if your property value is going up, it's like, yeah, my house is what, $250,000. My property taxes are only $500 a year. Like this is great. The next year, your property value may go up based on a lot of different things, right? Based on tourism, based on the market at the time.
Right.
If your property value goes up, guess what happens? Now your property taxes go up because the value is more, the taxes are going to be more. So
Sonny,
if
let
you
me
guys
pause
are
you for a
owning,
second. I want to pause you for a second because I want to say this. Because Kimani in the chat and he said people in St. Thomas not making what stateside people make it though. Correct. You are right. So your argument shouldn't be on the person who purchases a home and then have to rent their home out. Your argument should be to the government, your senators, and those people who are more inclined or capable of ensuring opportunities for locals to make more money.
more money.
That's one. And secondly, yourself.
which we need more businesses that's employing local people.
That's one, but
Government employees, listen, I help people from the Virgin Islands. Yeah.
A lot of
No,
people ain't working on themselves soon and complaining
no,
about what they have to pay.
what it have to be. But let me tell you, I've spoken to people who want to work on themselves, right?
Right.
And they would call me and they would say, listen, I seen you on the podcast, or I seen a post that you did. I've been living here. I can't get a raise. Like I just feel like I cannot get a break from the situation I'm in. But if I have the opportunity to relocate, look at my information and just tell me if I have the ability to become a homeowner, right? Like, what would that look like for me? And I'll be honest with you guys, like some of these pay stubs I'm looking at, I'm like, how are you making it working for the government, making $12, $13 an hour? Like, how are you making it in 2024? So a big part of me understands the struggle and why people are complaining about the rent, that they're having to pay, or they're complaining about not being able to become homeowners. Because Kyla, the gala, you held earlier this year, we heard a real estate agent get on stage and say, there's homes that come on the market that they don't even list in MLS because they have a long list of already potential buyers, which immediately excludes the local people from even having the opportunity to bid on those homes. You know what I'm saying? And that completely pissed me off, but that's another story. But just wanting to explain like what goes into a mortgage payment, and maybe explain why it is you may see an increase in your rent, or why rent payments may be so high. Now, I've actually seen if someone owns a home in the Virgin Islands and it's free and clear, right? They have no mortgage on the property. If somebody have a 30-year mortgage on a, think about when from the time somebody is in a position to be able to purchase a home, they're what, 30, 35, 40. They get a 30-year mortgage on the property, right? By the time they pay off this mortgage, they're already, in a position where they're retiring, they're a senior citizen, and now they have limited income. So they're looking at income of, just their Social Security income and whatever retirement they may have. Because there's a lot of businesses home that don't even offer 401k retirement opportunities for people.
And this is the investment now.
Right. And you have to work for the government to be able to have retirement income And now they're like, you know what, my kids are grown, they moved out. Maybe it's time for me to move away, and I could rent this property just so I could have investment in, like, just so I could have extra money to be able to afford my my medication, my physical therapy, like whatever it. And this is true story that I have actually talked to people about, an experience where they had to leave home just to be able to get better health care here. And even though their property home is free and clear, they're like, I'm gonna rent it out, but this is the minimum amount that I need in order to maintain my lifestyle and not have to worry about financial stability.
So that person, Sony, I'm not gonna let you go, Kyle, because this is really you and Sony
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
and I'm
No, no,
speaking
no.
from
Go,
a
bro. Go,
place.
go.
Okay, so and that person did what they were supposed to do and set themselves up for the future, so that they could be able to set that price because they ain't got no retirement. They just got SSI. You understand? So it's like I supposed to be mad at them because they make rent 1,500. They have to make their money to survive as well. So what I would say to people is you need to start focusing on putting yourself in a position where you could either earn more, create a business for yourself, or be a little bit more frugal in how you live your life so you could maintain until you get in a position to be in a position of power rather than sitting back and complaining about what somebody else spent 30 years building just so they could barely. Some of these people have rent. Let me tell you something. I'll put my mother business on the street, right? My mother renting her apartment, I think, for like $600, and that include electricity. And when I hear that, I was like, "You nuts? Like, are you crazy? Like,
Yeah.
are you out? Are you mine? Like, so, like, why is it supposed to, like, are you making no money? Because, like, I don't understand. So they just really doing it out of the kindness of their heart. But you can't ask everybody to do it
To
out
do
of the
that.
To do
kindness of
that.
their heart. They can't
Right.
afford it. In my mother
Yeah.
mind, God going to provide. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So she's just doing God's work. She and her husband doing God's work, and that's it. You
Yeah.
know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
feel
No,
like
that's not in Florida. This is in
too.
St. Thomas. This is in St. Thomas. So
Yeah.
I I I understand the plight and I empathize with the people, but at the same time, the same people who are crying about these things, you watch them. They're on Uber Soca Cruise. They in Miami. They in Atlanta.
Mm,
They hair outside
mm,
every night. They have Gucci
mm.
bag. The wig is $600 or three
All
hundred
right.
dollars or 250. Like I don't want to hear it. There's a lot of things that I want to do that I cannot do. I ain't doing
Mm-hmm.
my hair every day because it don't cost me no money. But I just make an example. I
Yeah.
just
I find that our generation especially is more focused on what they're going to inherit. So my parents would have spent their lifetime building something, right, for
Mhm.
us to inherit. And then I gonna spend my lifetime fighting with my siblings about what I'm going to inherit from what
Right.
my parents built, instead of focusing on what am I going to spend my lifetime building so my kids can inherit. And I think that's a part of that's something that we as a culture really 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 need to look at too. Like let's focus on what we could build now instead of what we want to inherit from our parents and our grandparents. And it's super easy, like, and as I said, people reach out to me all the time and they're like, listen, I'm not even licensed to do loans in the Virgin Islands, but oh my gosh, this is another issue. I have to I am so guys, right now I am fighting to get licensed in the Virgin Islands so that I can help more people become homeowners, because I help so many people that reach out to me and they're like, I know you're not licensed, but can you please help me? And I help them. Like, I would be able to tell them, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how much you need to increase your income. With your income now, this is how much of a home you need to, you would be able to get pre-qualified for. And, they just be so, so thankful for that information. Um, but I'm here, I'm here to help any and everybody. Like, I have the tools, the resources,
Go too far.
the behind the scenes knowledge. What another issue I see too that causes that may be a cause for high rent in the Virgin Islands is freaking interest rates. I don't know what it is about interest rates in the VI, who is, marking up the freaking, but I heard some people have interest rates like 12, 13, 14%, which is insane because when I quote them a little 6.5%, they're like, that's it. And I'm like, you think that's good? Like, yeah,
So
that could be another factor too in why, but I don't want us as a culture to complain about the high rent, even though I understand why we would complain about the high rent because I see the struggles that the local people have. I mean, I still have, family that live in St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, and I see the struggles that we have, but I don't want us to focus on why people now are doing things the way they're doing it, why people are charging the rent they're charging, and instead focus on how we can, move forward. Like, okay, this rent is too freaking ridiculous. I need to figure out how I could get in my own shit and handle my own business and not have to worry about this. And then, what you're doing is you from the time you buy a house, you're rich. I just tell people all the time, not you rich, you'll never be broke. Okay, never be broke because that home could become an investment opportunity for you. That home, the equity in that home alone that you build, because remember, land never depreciates in value. I've never seen land depreciate in value.
Right.
so let me go. So you mute? Okay, good. So that this topic don't bother me a lot for different reasons. Because we live in paradise, right? I in Atlanta, I can't go to the beach. I can't drive and end up on the beach and just lay down on the beach. And I ain't no beaches up here. So why paying up here? What I'm saying is there's a cost to live in paradise. It's expensive to live in paradise, right? We have University of the Virgin Islands right down there. What I'm trying to tell you is we got to be better. We can't complain that we making enough money. Make more money. What's stopping you from making more money? I tell people, read everybody, when somebody say, oh, they can't afford that. Oh, yeah? Why not? If it's something that's within reach, sink
But
and them places, we have government support. You could go to school for free. You could decide that you're going to be a registered nurse and stay right in St. Thomas and go to UVI and the government going to pay for it. Like, guys, we have to better ourselves. If you work in for the government for 20 years and you ain't do nothing else but work for the government for 20 years, you ain't take a side gig, you ain't do nothing, you start a business, you can't come here and complain at the place where
One thing,
expensive.
Kyla, I always say, before you complain, did you do all that you can do?
All right.
Did you exhaust all your resources? Until
Exactly.
you exhaust all your resources, then I don't want to hear nothing.
Let me tell her something. Hey, look, no, I have, anyways, listen, I have a business, My business is helping people get a credit fix so they could buy homes, so they could invest, they could get loans, they could save their money and not spend a heap of money and stuff, right? I'd be like, yo, my thing cost 680. My other people them charging, my competitors and stuff, they charging double that fuck. 680. Kayla, man, you ain't got that type of money. And then I and the Soca Cruise jumping up. And who jumping up with me? The same person that ain't had the money to fix the credit. Kayla can't afford this down payment for a house, man. You get a 15 Gucci chain. You're cheering them getting 3 Gucci chain each.
You
Listen,
only
at
live
the end of the day,
once.
right? We can't sit on here and make excuses for ourselves. It's so easy to point at somebody and say, oh, he get his rent too expensive and I can't afford it. Why you can't afford it? Maybe you need to start looking inward and figuring out how you could make more money as opposed to watching this person that did everything right. He sat on there, he sacrificed, he went through what he had to went through. He stayed down. He didn't party, he didn't buy no big chain, he went on no Soca Cruise. He saved his money and buy his house. and invested in his house, build it up block by block, all the years it takes for he to build it up. For you who jump up and party and buy all these big chain and do all these things to come tell this man he renting his house for so much. They have something called a market. And I need to understand what market means. Market means the area going to determine what the rent should be. Not your opinion or your opinion or your opinion. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in this area. The rent, all the other rents in the area, renting for this. Renting for 3,000. But because me and you went school together back in 15, 19, whatever, and me and you cool, I should rent it for half that price because you can't afford 3,000. Well, they get something called government, and government housing are gonna look out for you, dog. They got you covered. At the end of the day, anybody that wants to be better can be better in the United States Virgin Islands. They have so much outlets. We have these things twisted. We think that we should stay here and just complain, and then the people them to the top will make our life easier. No,
They
you gotta
want
make our
government
life
vouchers.
easier.
They want handouts.
Nah,
They
the man.
want an EBT government. They don't
So
want
I'm
to
telling
do
you,
nothing for themselves.
nah, you got
They
to
want
do
to
it.
complain.
You gotta do it, and then you gotta make sure it's done. Nobody don't owe you that. Nobody don't owe you nothing, the man. Like at the end of the day, be better. And then on top of that, right, we live in paradise. Paradise is amazing. This might go off a topic a little bit, but if you can't afford it in paradise, you can't figure out your way to make a little more money. Leave for a little bit. You have a passport. That's the difference between us and Jamaica and all these places. You could walk to the airport with your passport. Now you even need a passport to get real ID now. I could get to America. America have opportunities. Figure it out. Work for a little while. Stay in a little bed, 1-bedroom apartment. Be a roommate. Do what you gotta do and stack your bread. And then come back with bread now and buy your house. And then rent it for whatever the hell you want to rent it for.
The same with a
Stay down.
person from Omaha stack their bread and come to the Virgin Islands. They were staying down, you know. They didn't just born rich, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of these people who that come here and buy property in the Virgin Islands, they ain't born rich, you know. They just see opportunity.
Facts.
But you don't see opportunity with how you live. You know what you see with how you live? Fat. You see fat with how you live. You see party with how you live. You see drama with how you live. You don't see the opportunities. You don't notice that you live in paradise. Born in paradise. Take advantage of paradise. And I want people who didn't take advantage of paradise. So me complaining though, that's the thing. I don't not take advantage and then complain. Like you do what you're supposed to do, then stop complaining. Like,
and that's my
start
thing.
with you.
Before we do that and say these people price gouging and these people, whatever the case, if these people were price gouging, nobody would rent from them. You know, their apartment will sit right down. Them apartments don't last long because that's the market, guys. What I want I to understand is if we get so tired of renting, then own. Why we ain't owning? Well, my credit score is trash. Guys screaming fix our credit for the past 3 years. And you see them screaming fix your credit for the past 3 years. You can't afford 680. 680 divided by 36 months. How much that is? How much money that is a month, my boy? How much money you spend on rum? I don't go rack a lot, you know. I don't see I don't there every weekend to them same place, country talking about drinking every night. Rum, you're spending $100 a week on rum, you know. And that's minor. I see so much man offer to buy me drink, and I'm like, bro, how much money you get? So I try and say, right, at the end of the day, if we ain't invested in ourselves, you can't go tell somebody who invested in themselves what to do. You got to invest in yourself, so therefore you don't gotta ask nobody for nothing. That's what I look like, man. I got stay down, delay self-gratification.
Look at Sony basement. That's Sony basement, then. That's her apartment.
All right then.
No, that's her basement.
Oh, you said my basement is an apartment?
Yeah. So and let me tell you something. While I was out partying and having a good time, Sony was on the grind. Okay, so that's why she have that basement right there. You could see in the background. So now, when Sony decided to rent out her basement as an apartment, what you want to tell her to rent it out for? Something that don't make sense for she and her family? You gotta be crazy. You need to tell me she avoid partying her whole life to come give you a break? Never.
Exactly.
That don't make
and
no
that's why
sense
now when she in the club, she ain't know none of the time. Because she wasn't there. She don't know. She don't know. You check. That's the
That
thing. Like, I joined the army, my boy. I never spent a day in JROTC. I used to laugh at them dude in them tight pants and them army clothes. Who not me? I from the what army, my son. I get out of school and I'm like, yo, what I gonna do? This school thing ain't it, you know. I don't want to go college. I barely graduate high school. College way. I ain't doing that. But I gotta do something. I take my ass in the military, dog. Uncle Sam take me, send me Iraq, send me Afghanistan, all over the place. I ain't sit down in St. Thomas and party for years and years and years to be in a position where I could be a homeowner. Nobody want inconvenience themselves for a little while so they could be good for a long while. And that's the problem, the man. So it'll really grind my gears when I hear people in the United States, Virgin Islands, that have access to all these different programs, all these different places, telling me they can't afford something when they're willing and able. We do an interview with a man named Bobs. They ain't released yet. Bobs is paralyzed from his waist down, and Bob said the one thing I can't stand and I don't have no energy for and I don't have no sympathy for is an able-bodied American, because they have all
who
their limbs
complains?
and they
Who
have
complains?
everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
that complain.
listen.
You check. So what he's saying is like, are your working legs and limbs? Me, I don't even have my legs don't work, but I still out here grinding. I still out here doing what I gotta do to make sure I could be better. I just want to sit down and have fun and think things gonna come to you, and it don't work that way, man. It don't
Oh,
work that way, guys.
and one more thing. This is not a government sponsored podcast, but I want you to know if you're a business owner looking to get into business, we also did a podcast with a guy from VI Apex
All right,
that'll walk you through
all right.
getting government funding
Contract.
for government funded contracts for whatever you want to do. That
Mm-hmm.
even if that boils down to providing toilet paper or going in,
Facts.
anything you want. The
Anything.
information
Please
is
go back and
there.
watch it.
Please go back and watch it. The
Please go
information
back and
is,
watch it.
thank you. It
I
is there
learned
for you to
so
succeed.
much from doing
Facts.
that interview that I didn't
And
even know some of the
What?
resources we had available to us. Like,
I can't
whoa.
wait to spend my money.
And
Yes.
this
Yeah.
is why the
Go back and watch
frustration
it.
will drive me crazy. That's why I get so frustrated, because we ain't doing half the things in our power to do, but yet we complaining. The only time we should complain is when we do every single thing within our power and ain't get nothing left we could do. I get 3 jobs. How much more job you want me get? I get 2 degrees. I got this. I got that. I can't do no more. That's when you complain. But a lot of these people, I had a conversation with a client, not client, with a client of mine tell me, yeah, it's so rough for these people over here. They get a woman that work, she working for the government for the Department of Education for 20 years, okay, and her paycheck ain't even $600 every 2 weeks. Why is she still working there? Why is she ain't investing herself and better herself, get some type of adult education, find a trade, find a skill, invest in something that you don't have to
Because
sit on there.
for a long time, especially if she older, we didn't have
She
the
older.
resources. We didn't
She ain't
have.
a granny. Let me just put that in.
Okay,
She about
okay.
40 something, but go ahead.
But me, Kyle, I had to teach myself finances. You had to teach yourself finances, right? Like we all
Mm-hmm.
had to learn from bad experiences that we've been through. And I feel like a lot of people didn't have that. They don't have the opportunity to not even not I shouldn't use the word opportunity, but they don't have the resources available to them.
Mm-hmm.
Good money, you know what finances look like. And what a lot of us knew was when you graduate from high school, you go to college. When you're done with college, you could come back home. Or if you don't go to college, you could get you a government job and it'll set you up for a good retirement. I hear my father counsel my brother over and over and over and over and over, my older brother. When you finish high school, you need to join the military. If you don't want to join the military, you need to get a job at the post office and they'll set you up with a pension and you'll be set for the rest of your life. That's what our parents instilled in us. So for people who work for the government, I feel like, you know, maybe that's what they're looking at. They're looking at, okay, if I continue to work here, at least I know that I'll have a retirement and I'll collect Social Security, that I will have some type of income when I retire.
I agree and I understand that point. And I really don't want to sound insensitive. Like I just feel like the elders have my sympathy because they didn't know no better. But the young and the willing and the able, the people them that have access to YouTube and they know everybody business and they know how to do this and do that and how they know how to sort everything. We're in an information era. Sony, we didn't have a Kyle and a Sony to tell people about interest rates and credit. We had to go out there and learn that shit. Now we here screaming this shit and the lives and the podcast, every place for free. You don't have to pay to hear Kyle say, yo, get your credit fixed. You don't got, you could go on my page and there's so much hints and information that could get you. You ain't got to pay me. You could do this shit yourself, bro. You could pay me and you'll get done right. But what I'm saying to you is we in an information era, bro. Where at the end of the day, whatever we want to have access to, we have access to it. My energy coming for the people them that have these cell phones, that know how to use them, that know how to understand these search engines, not our parents. My mother, my father, they did the best they could have do in their era. But if you're in my era, and I see you get energy for jump up, and you get energy for walk up, and you get energy for everything else, but you ain't get no energy to invest in yourself, I don't, it'll drive me crazy. I can't listen to it. Because you're able enough to figure out how to book a flight to Miami, to search for flights. You're able enough to figure out how much for Uber to get an Uber Soca cruise. That is not cheap. It ain't cheap. And then guess what? You're gonna pay over time every month. You're gonna miss a payment. If you miss a payment, you're gonna lose your booking, you know. So they're gonna pay your check. And I don't like referencing the carnival costumes because it ain't just woman. You check, this ain't related to just woman. They get man out there that drinking every weekend. They're going out to party and any place that a panda knock, they're there and they're spending money. I can't be living our life like that and turn around and telling people you can't afford something like housing. Nah, the man, I don't want to hear that, bro. I really don't want to hear
Now,
that.
if you're a conservative like me, if I see that Uber Soca cruise, why you gonna say Kyle?
Uber Soca, what? So they're gonna say, listen, I hear sometime you could book the 2 days before and get a ticket for like $300. I could try that. And then if I ain't successful there, then I guess I just ain't going. I tell you, Mr.
Yeah,
So we ain't attacking her, you know. We just saying like before you complain about stuff being expensive, are you doing everything going up in price except your salary? You could do two things: complain or try your best to increase your salary.
Right.
Like, but we can't do one of the things and complain. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't do nothing and complain. Insanity is the definition of insanity, guys. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Look it up. That means you're crazy. If you think you're going to sit here and do the same thing you've been doing for the past 20 years and something different going to happen, you're crazy.
So having sex with the same person over and over is insane?
Well, if you expect something different, if
Just
you expect it to feel different, if you expect that vagina or that penis to feel different one
we
day,
have topic.
then you're crazy.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sony, I'm sorry.
I want to know if Manny have a Gucci chain.
No, he don't.
He don't? Okay.
This is the funny part about it is, right? This is the most frugal person I know. This is how I know he just talking, you know. I mean, he made a great topic for us to talk about. But if Manny were renting his home, trust me, he's not giving you a blind at all. So I don't even know how he even there defending people because he would be the one people would be talking about. Manny one room shack in 2,500 and he don't care. He don't care what nobody say.
You ain't like it, don't stay here, mother Scott. Yeah,
I'm telling you, that would be his exact words.
And you know what I mean, minding him? Got Manny credit score, you see, there's 800 in him. So Manny doing what it is he's supposed to do. So I don't listen to what Manny's saying and then be in a situation where you ain't took the steps that Manny took to save, skip out on all these soca cruises and all these different vibes.
You ever see Manny any place? You ever see Manny any place? Manny
the only place Manny gonna be on the internet triggering you with these
Ah,
conversations.
I have a picture of money in Juve, but I have
Oh
to
yeah,
say that
yeah.
was free. So
that's about
And
it.
that
yeah,
was
They're
free. You
free.
ain't have to
That's
pay for that.
free.
That was free.
Okay,
That
okay.
bastard cheap.
hell yeah.
Yo.
But it's something I want to say, right? I look
Mhm,
at homes often, and when I get contact with people from the VI who reach out to me, to help them, and let's say I pre-qualify somebody for, let's say, 300,000,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing they say to me is, I can't find no homes on St. Croix. I just go straight to listings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zillow, Homes, whatever I could find. To my Crucians, y'all have
Oh
beautiful
my God.
multi-family homes that are sitting on the market for over a year. And I say homes with an S, with descriptions that say perfect for investors. And when I see this, it kind of melts me, right? Because my thought is, why we taking advantage of this, regardless if we live in St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix? Why are we not taking advantage of these homes that are available, affordable homes? Oh my gosh. Now, I don't know St. Croix much, so I don't know about the areas, but I would see stuff in like Mambaju something.
Calm down, Sony. You were going good.
tell us you
You were
don't go no
going good.
place. Tell us you don't go no place.
Tell us you don't. Tell us you don't understand this market without telling us you don't understand
Okay,
this
but
market.
seriously, right?
But you're right though.
Somebody like Kimani, right? Who have, may have good income, have good credit. He may be able to afford one of these homes as an investor and say, you know what, as a local person from the VI, I gonna use this opportunity to buy this house on St. Croix, and I gonna rent it back to my own people. If there's an issue where, like, they're not being able to afford the homes that are there, and I don't even like, I don't know. I wanted to ask, like, why aren't we buying these homes up? Like, go look at it right now. Like, go look at it right now. If you go on Zillow and just type in, homes on St. Croix, you'll see some beautiful, beautiful multifamily homes. FHA as a first time home buyer allows home purchases up to 4 units, and you could live in one unit and rent the other three.
Mhm.
Or you could partner up with one of your brothers and sisters and you say, you know what, we see this multi-unit home, let we get together and let we buy this multi-unit home. We could live upstairs and we could rent out the two downstairs units. Like, why aren't we doing that? Right now, the government, Carl, what's the name of that program the government have?
Okay. Let me back
Huh?
in a second. I'm gonna
Okay.
switch phones. My phone dying. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's the name
All
of
right.
that program the government have home?
Um, VI slice.
BI Slice program. I don't know if many people understand how this program works, but it pretty much subsidizes whatever you can afford. So if your income says you could only afford a house for $150,000, but you see something that you like for 300,000, the VI Slice program will subsidize that difference for you. Like, why are we not taking advantage of these things and buying what's ours? Instead, I don't know. I hear complaints about people coming in and, buying up our land. How can you allow this to happen? Why are we allowing this to happen? But it's like the stuff is sitting right there.
Right.
Stuff is sitting right there. If we see a home that's maybe, need construction work, FHA has a renovation loan available right now. All banks have to offer this, but it's called the FHA 203K renovation loan. And here's Kyle come back.
Mhm.
And
Okay, me?
if the home is like, it has maybe a foundation and four walls, but it needs to be finished, you could get a renovation loan to do things like this as a first time home buyer.
Right.
So, like I say, it have program. The reason I don't get so angry and shit is because like we have
slice program. We have all these different things. And like again, I ain't let me just get set up. Hold on. Okay, good.
Okay.
My headphones in. All right, never mind. So yeah, it got a slice program, you get this program, you get FHA home buyers point. It get programs here that we
Programs.
screaming for the longest that yo, I could get this thing like yo,
And you
like
know what's funny? These programs are marketed on Facebook, and people don't pay attention to it. But as soon
bro.
as I say, if you're over 35 and then have a kid, blah, 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 they're interested in that. And then
Yes,
want to make
man.
it seem like the people like Manny and me and whoever that trigger you is the problem. We're not the
Mm-hmm.
problem. You are the problem.
Problem.
You
It's
ain't looking in the places you're supposed to look to
supposed to
change
be
your life.
looking.
You
Mm-hmm.
looking in places where people going to trigger you and get you upset, and then you could
Mm-hmm.
point the finger and blame somebody about your emotions and your feelings about and your lack of progress. You are
Facts.
responsible for yourself.
Well, bro.
And also, if you have children, you have a responsibility to them as well. You cannot sit down here and point the finger. Me and the governor do not agree on a lot of things. But
Yep.
when he had that
Yep.
press conference and he
Yep.
told you people that you need to get off your ass and make shit happen for
Happen for
yourself,
yourself.
brother
Yep.
man, I was on Governor Bryan's side 1000%. He is not going to save you from WAPA. You
Facts.
are going to save you from WAPA.
Mm-hmm.
He is not going to save you from a lot of things. It is
Facts.
you. They stop acting like the opportunities in the Virgin Islands is not there. It is there. Could there
Mm-hmm.
be more opportunities? Can shit be better? Can there be more programs and maybe government do a better job in certain area? Absolutely. But you have not exhausted what you have currently, then you shouldn't be complaining about nothing.
I agree,
Free
man.
education in the Virgin Islands?
What? Come
What?
on, man.
Oh my God.
Come on. And that's my
That
thing, man.
alone. No, so that means you don't have no student loans?
Okay then.
Like
No,
you starting off with no student loans?
I can't hear the
Okay,
man.
well, wow. Okay.
Bro, like they have the
Letitia just finished paying off for student loans.
remember the thing what my boy Mike Love posted the other day about the skill center. It
Right.
get it get it get shop it get you could go learn to be a barber for like $150. Cosmetic class. It get my brother's workshop. Listen, listen, no the man. I don't get triggered when it comes to these conversations because and then when you say you don't know, it's because you don't want to know. Nobody hiding the information. If you want to learn right now how to friggin' make macaroni and cheese grenade style, type that in YouTube and I bet you find out. And you're gonna see it. We have access to this information. There's no excuse. We don't gotta go buy no encyclopedia Britannica and go read through 100 books to find specific information. It's there. Our
It is.
our podcast them about Tyrann saying Virgin Islands and this mother gun or Pressure saying whatever he's saying and Map saying whatever he's saying, them thing gain tens of thousands of views. But when we post about VI Apex and how you could get government contracts, federal government contracts in the Virgin Islands because the Virgin Islands is considered a hub zone, historically underdeveloped zone. Okay, and you could get your company access to all type of federal funding. Guess what?
Also,
You get a couple
we're
hundred
surrounded.
views. That's why I interested in.
Right. Also, we're surrounded by water. We had the yacht club on, and we talked about the boating industry and how many opportunities there are in the boating
Oh my
industry that are
God.
very lucrative. And we posted and we did those interviews at a cost to ourselves because we wanted to give you the information of opportunities for you to get in the fields that works in the territory that you live in so you could be able to afford your rent or be a homeowner and you could have people paying rent. What should be happening in the Virgin Islands is that more people in the Virgin Islands should own homes, and the people them that are traveling to the Virgin Islands who are from the outside should be renting from us,
From us.
not you renting
Fact,
from them.
fact,
Okay,
fact.
so
Yeah.
We have
so
a
that's
different
my piece for the night.
our grandparents, and then listen, no, let me not. Oh God, we're gonna talk about them the immigrants. Wisdom. only minority of people that ain't figure out the cheat code. Listen, them Haitian don't come and buy one house and all of them live together and they save 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 and then you know what? We go pad up and buy another house. And they go save and they save and they save. Bro, the son to them doing the same thing. Our grandparents that come from Tola and come from all these different places, them man sit down and really make it their business to buy a house that they could have and they could pass down. But we ain't interested in that. We want to go turn up and jump up and do all these type of thing and then complain that everything too expensive. Listen, I
Right.
got to invest in yourself. The
And
governor
I
it's
say,
can see it. I
"Are we
don't make
looking at
this stuff
you?"
up. So this
Oh,
is a house I pull up on St. Croix. It's a 5 bedroom, 2 bath house, 2,300 square foot, selling for $130,000.
the first thing they're going to tell you, Sony, is where are you located? It doesn't matter. Does it
exactly.
matter where the house is? Let me tell you how gentrification works. These people
Oh,
are coming to the worst
oh,
areas, buy
oh,
the cheapest property,
how
and drive the
the
price
prices
up.
up. Red,
So you would
Sony, let me
have
tell
to
you, I
Let
have
me
stories.
add
move.
this is in Mambiju, right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, no, no. The description says calling contractors, excellent project as an affordable price. Centrally located in one apartment downstairs, 0.37 acres on a long established residential neighborhood. Somebody gonna come in and buy this for
Mm-hmm.
$130,000. Their estimated monthly payment is going to be, I don't know, I would say maybe under like maybe $1,200 with taxes and insurance, maybe even less. And then they're gonna rent this shit to you for $3,000 a month.
Exactly. And then
Let
that will set
us
up
buy
the
this
value
and
in
rent
that
it.
area.
Nothing says we have
And
to
that will
live
set the
there.
tone for,
Right.
go ahead,
Nothing
Tony.
says we have to live there. But $130,000, come on. I have 20,000, you have 20,000, you have 20. Why we can't put our money together and get something like this and rent it back to our own people in our community?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like
For
why
reasonable
somebody
rent.
have to come
Yeah.
in regardless of where the area is? And this is just on Zillow. This is information that I'm getting on Zillow.
So you don't think
Hello?
them? You think them Americans ain't up here in the states in their living room and Zillow looking at
Oh,
properties in the
you
Virgin
think
They
they know
Islands
what
for
are.
Mambiju
And
is and,
100,000
oh,
thousand in paradise?
they don't
all
know. They
right.
don't
They
know
don't
about those
care
neighbors.
how.
And I could tell you, right? With my mortgage broker, sometimes I would see emails that say, "Hey, are we licensed in the Virgin Islands yet? Because I'm getting requests. Somebody wants to buy an investment property in the Virgin Islands." And when I started seeing that, I was like, "Oh no, they're not."
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let me
That-
let me let me be proactive and work towards you know being available as a resource for my people so that we could truly take back or take over what's ours.
Here what will be
Listen,
happening, right? Here what will be happening, right? They're going to see that thing that say Mombiju and they're going to say Mombiju is a bad place. A white person going to see that thing that say Mombiju, don't know it's a bad place, go there, find out it's a bad place and call police and and start calling the police department
and,
and saying I need more police presence from here.
yeah,
Why
yeah,
you live there ain't calling the police for more police presence for your own property? They
yep,
will come
yep,
in,
yep.
buy for cheap, and then when they run you out of there, they gonna call their friend and say, "Hey, listen, they got a house down here next door to my house. It's the Virgin Islands.
What's
Police
what's
come get
humbug?
down."
Humbug?
I'm
I
Humbug
don't
telling
know.
you,
St.
But
it's
here,
on
what,
the
Croix?
move.
here what I'm going to tell you. I went to a restaurant on Main Street at time and I eating, right? And I get a Caucasian server. Caucasian server that's a member of the LGBTQ community, right? And he saw me, nice dude, and I like, we talk. He's like, "Where you guys from?" I live here, live in Atlanta. I mean, I'm from here, live in Atlanta, all that good stuff, right? So we talking to the man. The man say, "Yeah, I love it here. I've been on the island however long, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm just afraid to drive, man. These guys drive. I can't get used to driving on the left." I said, "Okay, cool. So how do you get to work?" "Oh, I walk." I said, "Okay, cool. Oh, you walk? So you must live close by then. You live where you live? Garden Street? Where you?" "No, I live in Savon." "You live in Savon? A white LGBTQ man figure out a cheat code and say, this is close to my job.
I shouldn't be
I'm
laughing.
going to live here and walk to work. I said, how has that
And
been working out for you? Oh, I love it. It's great. We buying and living and renting in Savannah, no? But guess what gonna happen when he tell his partner Brad about this little beautiful area in Savannah that's so
We
close to
should buy
work?
it. We should buy
All right,
it.
and a property pop up in Savannah that's so close to work. They gonna buy it and then they're gonna rent, they're gonna nice it up and pretty it up, and then charge you a shit ton of money to go live in Savannah. That's how
they
gentrification
just
works.
coming. Yeah, they just
Unless
coming in from
you
where
go
they
buy the
come
Savannah
from.
property and gentrify it yourself, that's what gonna happen.
Any last words?
I think I say enough.
Last
You and
words.
friends do the rough eye up, but when it come to these things, I go rough eye up because I don't really anger me the man.
No, they need to get rough up, and I wish our people would wake up. And John said something, they rather be the one to own it all than bust it down.
Facts.
We could bust it
Facts.
down, guys. I mean,
Facts.
well, not the
Big
rolling and
pause.
not the girl, but
Big pause.
the money,
Facts.
bust that it down. You right?
Facts. You have
And
Sony, that's a mortgage broker, that gonna tell you about interest rates, gonna tell you about mortgages, tell you about loan programs. You got this, reach out to her. She gonna help you. Kyle here gonna tell you, been telling you about getting your credit straight so you don't have to pay these high interest rates, so you could get the best possible interest rate and you could invest in your house. Kyle been screaming that for 3 years. But you ain't paying attention. Are paying attention to what you have the remote in your hand. You
yeah,
have the remote in your hand. You could choose what
definitely.
channel you want to listen to. Are you choosing the stupidness and then complaining when the necessities of life becoming expensive? Are you ain't tuning into the right channels? Go subscribe on Caribbean Currency right now.
Right. Who doing loans in the VI right now, Sony?
Besides the local banks, I have no idea. It's been so hard just for me to, if I helping somebody, just for me to get in contact with someone that does mortgage loans home is challenge is super
So
challenging.
maybe
So
we need to have a tongue. I mean, we need to have a call to action about that, Kyle.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know there's Flagship Bank, right? That's our mortgage broker in the VA. There's
Maybe
Home
we should
Bridge, I
open
think.
our own mortgage broker
And this
firm.
Tony, what you dealing with?
Yeah, maybe
It's
we should do that.
it's in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
process, guys. It's a
chat
You
trust
know,
GPT
me.
and
Like
study for this thing.
I am
Let
working
me get this
hard on
bar
it.
rolling.
yeah, let we get a bar
Yeah.
rolling and we start lending to our own people.
Yeah, the
So then
man.
we have a mortgage broker, we have a bank where we could lend our own people money. We have somebody that could fix their credit so they could get loans from the bank that we created or the mortgage brokerage that we created. Like we could do these
Flag
things
star. There you
ourselves.
go.
Like we
Flag
don't have
star. There
to,
you go.
yeah, we don't have to rely on these people who making it difficult for us. Let's find out how to do it ourselves and let's
Guys,
do it.
and that's it right there, man. Like I went home, I had a conversation the other day with one of my realtors down there, because I was looking at property, and while I was looking at some property, I everything local, When I see a listing, listen, who is the local real estate agents wrong? That's why I call it. Okay? Me going these brokerages that have these Caucasian people that me know from no place that don't even probably been here for 2 years and telling me where I need to buy in my land. No, we ain't doing that. So I reached out to my local real estate agent. She took me to look at the property and we looking at the property. We had an appointment from say 12 o'clock. Right. So it's supposed to be 12 to 12:30. We went over a little bit by like 12:45. And another Caucasian lady came there with her Caucasian clients and she watching us like, we have the 12:30, 12:45 slot. Are you guys almost done? When I tell her, I get so cross, cause woman, this my home. How you what? Listen, I ban her, like stop playing with me, the man, and that got me
Right.
so angry. And I asked my realtor, like, how come we don't have more local real estate agents? Because there's barriers to the access. They don't hand pick who they want
Like they keep
as the
us.
as yes, they don't hand pick who they
Yeah.
want. So real quick, real quick. The brokerages are who going to sponsor the real estate agents. You could be a real estate agent, but if no brokerage pick you up, you're gonna have a hard time. Most of the brokerages home, they're bringing in people from the states and training them up, and that's their partners, and now they're their agents. So they only get a handful of local real estate agents. So we need to create more
Our own
brokerages.
brokerage. That's what we
See
need to
what I'm
do.
saying?
We,
This is
right.
how this thing will work. Once we start ownership, when you own your
Let's
house, nobody
let's
can
put
tell
that
you
on the
what to
to-do
rent your house.
list, guy. Let's
Yeah,
pin
yeah,
that and put that on the to-do
for
list.
sure, for sure, for sure.
That's
It's
our
already
best
in the
bet
works,
because
you
I
know.
know, right? And there's a lot of people. And don't get mistaken. There's a lot of Virgin Islands, local Virgin Islands, home and abroad, that want and can do it and can purchase homes and do exactly what we're doing. People like John, people like D, and those people in the comments are people that are trying to do these things. But like they said, there's roadblocks, and the roadblocks are not illegal roadblocks. It's just a roadblock of knowledge and access, and
Access.
And who
we
you
Mhm,
have
know,
to,
and the who you know
and
roadblock.
who you know,
mhm.
and who you know roadblock. So we need to push that issue, especially with our local politicians and the people, and leverage our who we are for the people in that manner. So it's not all about Kai telling you it's your fault. It's not like he's not, or Sony or I am not telling you the ways to go about things and trying to affect change. But all of it has to work together for us to see a difference in the community and not lose what we have. That's my final word.
Facts, facts. That was a good one. That was a good one. Sony, you go.
Um, my final word, I really don't have a final word, but let me see what I could come up with. Just let's work together, man. Let's stop looking at what other people doing, what other people have. Stop worrying about what other people have to say. Stop focusing on, what you're going to inherit and focus on what you want your kids to inherit. I feel like if we change our perspective, the world is changing and we need to change with it. If we change our perspective, then we all could be ahead together. That's all it takes. Let's be solutionists and move forward. Kyle does be spitting free gems all the time. Free knowledge, like free, for free. The information Kyle gives you, you have to pay to get on a seminar to get. I just tell people all the time, like, use me. I'm available. I have people that send me their tax returns and it'll say, you can look at it for me and just tell me if you think like I would be able to afford a house based on, my income. Like, just tell me what you think. And I help those people, even in states where I'm not licensed to do mortgages, because my main goal is to really, really, really see us, get ahead. And that's what I want. I'm passionate about it, and just use us. We didn't have anybody that we could talk to about these things. All we had was I see this man wearing this chain, and one day I aspire to have a chain like him, to have a car like him, or to have a dress like what she wearing, or wear shoes like what she's wearing. And we never really seen the financial growth that we have the ability to accomplish.
Right.
And so let's change that. Let's change our thinking. Let's change our focus. Let's change who we surround ourselves with. Let's surround ourselves with people who are doing better than us, that could take us to greatness with them.
Right.
Let's change that, and we'll be in a much better place.
All right.
Amen.
So why you gonna leave her you with? Why you gonna leave her you with, right?
Don't cuss them, Kyle. Please,
No,
Jade,
no,
they
no. I
get
gonna love
enough.
her you up now. You know, like when your mother used to beat you and then she used to come and hug you and tell you she love you. That's what I
Yeah.
gonna do. I don't beat her, lash her, you all here. I gonna love up on her, you know. What I want her to understand is if you don't like your situation, change it. You are responsible. You have the power to change your situation. When you understand that no one cares, number one, and no one owes you anything, that's when you want turn all that energy inward and do better for yourself. So when he says stop focusing on inheriting, I want to focus on building. The reason there was an inheritance is because someone built. So you should now be focusing on building to add to that inheritance, not just waiting for somebody to
give you something, the man. That's not how this thing don't work, bro. You have the remote in your hand. You have access to all these channels. What you consume is what you choose to consume. We are in the information era where there's information everywhere. You have access to it. And if you don't know, somebody you know has access to that information. The same way you could find out what weekend is this and that, or how much grams selling for, how much gold selling for per gram, and how much Acuras the sell for. That's the same way you could find out about interest rates, credit, all this type of stuff. I challenge you, the man. I challenge you to really stop complaining before you've exhausted everything in your power. When you say, listen, this one job, all it doing is keeping the lights on. I don't have enough money to invest. Yeah, second job. When you get a second job, and know the first job paying all the bills, but guess what the second job should do? Go in your pocket, stack it, put it away, put it away, put it away. If you get a couple more hours in your life where you feel like you could maybe float with a second and a half job, then do that. Stack your bread and then invest in yourself. And know you could own the key here is ownership, guys. Ownership. When you own, nobody can tell you what to do. You own it.
Right.
But if you don't own, you at everyone else's mercy. And remember what I tell you, no one cares and no one owes you anything. Better yourself. Invest in yourself. You have the access, you have the remote in your hand. Switch the channel and let's elevate and get your credit fixed and buy that house. And then we take our islands back, man. And that's all I
Right.
get. And subscribe to the Caribbean Currency channel on our platforms.
And if you
Thank
want
you.
to go out and have a good time and not worry about what anybody in the room think about you, you could come on the dance floor and hang out with me.
That's true.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, guys, that's a wrap for our episode. We want to thank Country for coming on and talking about VI nightlife. We thought that was very important. We do understand that we want to have some sort of a nightlife and really be enjoying life at the same time. And there's balance to it, right? We want to make sure that we do what we're supposed to do in life. Like I'm a testament to a person that didn't do what I was supposed to do early on. And I want you to look at me as an example to better yourself so you do not complain about the things that you should not be complaining about. But once again, we thank you guys for joining the Currency Running Live. We try to do one every Thursday if
Thursday.
possible. We kind of look out on the internet for hot button topics that we think is important for the people to discuss, and we welcome you guys to come and join us. We have the LA episode out right now, just came out this Monday. It's a huge episode, so please go to Caribbean Currency on YouTube and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and every social media platform. We appreciate all the support, and we can't wait to VI Apex program, and also crypto. Crypto is one we should get a crypto guy on. VI Apex program. Thanks, John. VI Apex program, and also the what the acronym is for the boat club.
Oh,
The
right,
the
right,
ch-
right.
Oh,
vi,
right.
vi,
Virgin
vi,
Islands Boat Expo. Yeah.
Right, Virgin Islands Boat Expo. Watch that one. There's some great information there. If you want your kid to
Mm.
either, if you know they probably like mechanic, but it's as similar as boating mechanic. There's a huge industry there that people will get into, and
And they're
yeah, just
looking for local
and
people.
they're looking for local people. So
Hungry.
please look into that. You could be a boat captain. You could be. There's so many opportunities in that industry that seems to be dominated by white folks, and there's nothing wrong with white folks dominating. We're not against white people, but we are for our people, and we want our people to have all the opportunities um, that is afforded to them. So once again, thanks for joining us on the Caribbean Currency. The what do you call it, Kyle? The currency
Yeah.
rundown.
Currency rundown. Yeah, you said it right.
Right, I said it right. God, I guess something right. Jeez. You know what I mean? So, like we love to say,